Two pros and one average Joe. You're listening to The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling.
It's freedom! Friday, then it's Saturday, Sunday.
This is on you!
Tell us what we want to hear.
We need your help. We're going to give it to him.
Just Anthony. He's going to get it all.
Let's get nasty on a Freedom Friday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 201, your time check. Brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Our guy, Bradford Bruns, back in for Andrew Marsh. So send your Freedom Friday topics to the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646 or the Air Alliance Team YouTube chat, also known, of course, as the Snake Pit. But this is your show. Your show today. Every last Friday of the month, we do a Freedom Friday, which means freedom to you to choose any topic question, any segment, anything maybe you haven't heard, you've always wanted to hear. It's up to you. Freedom Friday. It's a listener show.
Can I start off with a complaint?
Oh, boy.
I know that's compliments and complaints at the end of the show.
Already?
Yeah. We come in here every day. We're approaching the summertime. Spring, summer. Alex and BK and Tanner have this damn heat cranked up to 100 degrees every damn day. I come in here and I'm sweating. What are they in here doing? Do they not have
Pilates, mostly.
Are they doing hot yoga?
They do hot yoga.
Do they do hot yoga in between
You should see how
breaks?
flexible Tanner is.
Oh, man.
He's getting up. I'll tell you what, that knee is getting right to his nose now.
Every damn day.
Yeah.
It's on 100. It's hot as hell in here.
Yeah.
I just
Carey.
wonder, do they not have their
glad
body
that
temperature?
You're finally affected
Oh
by
my
it.
God.
Because I get a little tired sometimes of just being the only one who likes it cooler in here.
Yeah. Well, you like it really cool even in the wintertime.
But we've been playing nice.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. We don't even have the arm wrestle over the thing anymore.
We do that sometimes.
Sometimes we do a
time.
little tennis match.
After break, yeah, you go there. Yeah.
We're fine.
But it's hot as hell in here.
It's the hot takes, guys.
Every
the
day.
hot takes.
Here we go.
Is that why
BK
they gotta have the hot takes in
takes.
the hot studio?
To have the hot take.
Well, it's hot as hell.
Makes sense, yeah.
Every damn day.
Yeah. Well, Bradford, we go to you for our first Freedom Friday topic, or I guess the second one, because CD brought up the temperature.
It wasn't a question. It was just
That's
more
true.
of a complaint.
Lot of.
HR when you need them.
We already discussed that.
Well, guys, yesterday we know that the Redbirds were indeed idle. Not a lot of action all across Major League Baseball, but tonight a lot of interest in seeing whether the recent road success it can carry over, can transfer against a pretty middling Texas team right now. Stoltz, we were talking about it before the beginning of the show. Losers of 8 of the last 10, and with Liberatore, who has been really, by all intents and purposes, for all intents and purposes, your one so far in 2025. You're looking to have that tone setter be the guy tonight and get this series 7:05 p.m. first pitch off to a good start.
Yeah, so here's your snapshot for this weekend. Cardinals-Rangers begin a 3-game set in Arlington tonight. Teams trending in opposite directions right now. While the Cardinals are rolling, the Rangers have dropped 8 of their last 10. I think Bradford just mentioned that. Cardinals send Matthew Liberatore to the mound, 2.73 ERA. Jack Leiter, 4.17 ERA. Nope.
He's Al's brother.
Could be.
Son?
Nephew.
Is it his nephew?
I think it's Jack. I think it's his nephew, isn't it? Isn't Jack Leiter's nephew?
I honestly believe it's his son.
Oh, it might be his son.
There you go. I was close.
Somebody's nephew.
Somebody's
nephew.
And someone's son.
That's right.
Yeah.
And friends and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Jack Leiter. Let's clean this up. Yep. Al Leiter is his father. Mark Leiter.
There you go.
Cousin. Mark Leiter Jr. cousin. There you go. No, I'm sorry. His uncle is Mark Leiter. Mark Leiter Jr. is the cousin. Now that we got that situated, Cardinals momentum right now, Jamie. They look great. One of the hottest teams in May. 18-7 record. Won 7 of their last 8 series. Coming in off that win against Baltimore. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. Rangers, meanwhile, they've lost 15 of 26. 8 of their last 10. Recorded only 1 hit versus Toronto in their last game. Scored 3 total runs in the recent 3-game series. Scored 1 run or fewer in 15 of 30 losses. This is a good time to face Bruce Bochy's Rangers.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who you play right now. The Cardinals, they had a bit of a gauntlet for a schedule there. That one road trip was 9 games on the road, and they go 7-2, I think, on that trip. I don't care who they're playing. The Cardinals are up to the task, man. And Matthew Liberatore, I honestly still don't know. I don't know how he went from bullpen arm to maybe one of the most trusted arms in the rotation now. I mean, him and Sonny Gray, kind of a duel. A thing right now. But he's confidence is high, and this Rangers team has not been good. The time is perfect for the Cardinals to get in there and beat the hell out of them.
So, Jamie, you phrased it in a way where I'm interested. Do you guys feel as though that it's no longer about the opponent? It's about the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Which is kind of a weird place to be.
I was going to take it and say it doesn't matter who they're playing.
Yeah.
I was just going to grab it and take it and run with it.
I like when you do that.
Yeah.
Good for you,
It doesn't matter
Carey.
who they're playing. Mm-hmm. It's about the Cards. It's not about anyone else. The opponent, we used to say nameless faces. We don't care who they are. We don't know who they are. They're people.
Kill them all.
Kill them all.
Yeah.
They're in the way.
Let the paramedics
Let the
sort them out.
paramedics sort them out in the game.
Take the knife, Army style, and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Right from the belly button all the way up.
The twist it and turn it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, but on the field.
Picked it up in Croatia.
Pretty much what happened.
That's how that vet in Croatia did it to Jamie.
The butter knife.
I'll figure it out once I'm in there.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's about the Cardinals. They are performing well. I said yesterday, the takeaway that I have of this team is you can never turn the game off. Mm-hmm. They're never out of a game, no matter how far down they are. They find a way to claw back into games, and their bullpen has been so much better, which allows them, even if their starter gives up some runs, it allows them to kind of right the ship and get things going in the correct direction, and then the lineup is going to eventually hit. And they're gonna be a good team. They have been a good team. They're gonna continue to be a good team.
And there's a definite difference, guys, between the way in which we see it. We have the confidence. We have the sample size now, basically 1/3 of the way through the campaign, to say, yes, this is a Cardinals group that should be able to demonstrate that level of play regardless of the opponent. But what I love is that when you're talking about the organization, you're talking about the philosophy and what we have witnessed from Brant Brown and company as far as taking that individualistic, different approach into each and every game, each and every opponent, each and every pitcher. So regardless of the matchup, I think that we feel a particular type of way, but the approach of this team being very nuanced, you're getting the best of both worlds there.
To add on to what Bradford just said, what was behind the surge in May? You really can't pinpoint one thing, and that's a great thing for the Cardinals. You can't just say, well, this offense is a juggernaut. But it's like the Cincinnati Bengals. You have to outscore your own defense. The defense has been elite. The starting pitching, top to bottom, has been really good, if not great at times. The bullpen settled in at the end of April, and it carried into May, and the bullpen was outstanding in May. So the surge in May can't be attributed to one thing, which in my opinion is a great thing. You can't just say
It's all because of Ollie Marmol.
it's all what?
You better believe it.
You got that memo I sent you, right?
Yeah, but
You didn't read it.
no, of course I didn't.
If they're winning, it's the players.
I
If they're
know,
losing, it's the
I know.
manager. I don't understand. It's not a tough
But when
concept.
my brain went there when you said the rotation, the bullpen, the defense. Like
Obviously, the coaching gets better.
somebody's running all that.
Duh.
Yeah.
They're winning in spite of them.
That's not how you get that check from the organization. Come on.
Seriously.
I'm kidding. But some people are thinking that.
They definitely.
Oh, of
Some
course.
people are thinking that.
We've had it on this show where we've put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
No matter Ollie could win a World Series, and he'd be like, "You almost blew it in the way. You get rid of him anyways."
Did it with Schiltz guys. Which wouldn't be the case at
That'd
all.
be great.
I do have an answer to my complaint to start the show.
Oh.
I got a text here. It's an anonymous text. It says, let it be known that BK is the one that softly says, it's too cold in here.
Oh, that's Tanner.
Is it?
That's Tanner for sure.
It could be Tanner or Alex. Let's be
I
honest.
said it's anonymous. I don't know who sent it.
But I feel like Tanner's the one who's listening right away.
I think it's Alex.
One of you is right.
Well, why are you guys getting bullied by BK? That's my biggest question.
Are they bullied by him, or they just say, screw it?
Are they tired?
They're just
of
going to sweat it
crying?
out.
Yeah. Now, Bradford, you've been in plenty of BCAM Ferrario
Oh, yeah.
pods. What's it like? Spill the beans.
just a different vibe as far as the temperature and the level of discourse. You know, I come in here and I'll be honest, I appreciate the way in which you guys are trying to regulate that temperature and the lights too. I mean, you're asking me to basically pick between brothers though here.
No,
Right?
no, not choosing. Yeah.
Because you have to read between the lines. I see what he did. Bradford is so damn nice. And I want y'all to know that. Those out there that don't know, this might be the nicest man.
We're going to get him
at
a turn
Hubbard.
at some
He
point.
is.
I don't
What he
know.
basically
He's
said
strong.
is,
Very positive.
in the politest way possible, they're more organized. This is more chaotic.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
But he likes both elements.
He's like, he's okay with both, but this one is a little more chaotic. It keeps me on my toes. You guys are nuts, but
Okay,
I
Bradford,
love you like
kinda
brothers
like it.
too. Yeah.
Let's make
This is
this
Freedom Friday. Let's roll.
Let's make this very simple, Bradford. Okay. Is our show better or worse than theirs?
It's a 212 Stalter. You know what
Bradford knows that the clock's not going to save you this time. I also have a source that clock. I also I have a source that said I said it was cold today.
What?
I have a source. I said it was.
It was
Apparently,
cold
BK
today.
Said it was cold today, not
Why is
necessarily.
it 100 degrees every day?
It's
when we
been hot
walk
a
in here?
lot in here.
For the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Saying,
I'm
you
just
got
asking.
your sources. I got mine.
Hey, well, my
Nobody
sources-
texts me. Jerks.
Especially not me,
They
right?
texted us about you.
Because I can't see my phone.
That's because you. Because you
don't
walk around the
respond.
building when
I respond, Carey.
Eventually.
our teammates are like, "Hey, Jamie, can I get your number? We're teammates." And Jamie goes, "Go fast lane yourself."
I call my publicist.
Trust you, my publicist.
Yeah. Doesn't have one, by the way, so that means never going to get your number. Yeah. All right, it is.
Take a hint.
Take a hint. It is Freedom Friday. By the way, top of next hour, 3 o'clock. We got Chuck. Charles Barkley's going to revisit the show. Second appearance for Charles Barkley, the one and only. After partying with Jamie. Apparently Jamie's like, hey, you owe me a lot now. So Chuck
Tried to kill me. he's a large human, and we were drinking bourbon that night. And he thought, he just kept ordering these. They were neat, just glasses of bourbon. Like, it's not like a pour, it's like a glass of bourbon. And every time he ordered one, he ordered me one. And he ordered my brother one. At one point, my brother's like, I got to tap out here.
Yeah. This is my 5th pint of bourbon.
It was like, I was like, I'm not tapping out, Chuck. I'm your Huckleberry.
Barely see.
Both of us wobbling. I had to help the big man up the stairs one time.
Of course he did.
That was not
A
easy.
long playing career. He's got, sure he's got some knee problems. Anyways, Charles Barkley joins us at 3 o'clock. Keep sending in your Freedom Friday topics. We'll keep rolling here. Next on 101 ESPN.
Come on, man.
You can now listen to 101 ESPN on demand. Get caught up on all our shows and podcasts at 101ESPN.com or on the 101 mobile app. 101 ESPN podcasts are presented by the Schaefer Door Company.
Oh, baby. The NHL's got the Stanley Cup final going on. The NBA finals are right around the corner as well. And all of that action can be found at Circus Sports Illinois, the app. My buddy Derek Stevens, you guys have heard me talk about him before, just a visionary person. And he told me many years ago that he wanted to create the world's largest sports book, and he did. It's called Circus Sports. It's in Las Vegas. It's really unbelievable. If you get a chance to go to Vegas, please stop by the casino. You'll be amazed. But the best part is he took that sports book and he put it right in the palm of your hand. And it's old school Vegas, right there in your hand, and you can search through any of the games, the player props, the parlays, all that stuff is available. It's super easy to use. They got great lines on their futures bets, best odds, by the way, of any app that's out there, which means bigger payouts for you. They got high betting limits, so many amazing features with Circus Sports Illinois, the app. So please get to the website or the app store, download and bet like a pro with your Circus Sports Illinois app today, and don't miss out on any of the excitement. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
ESPN has your shot to score a pair of passes to the 4th annual Bourbon and Brews Festival, hosted by the St. Louis Bourbon Society, next Saturday, June 7th in St. Charles. Taste the best with over 400 samples of bourbons, whiskey, cocktails, and beer, plus live music, food trucks, and more. Find more details and enter to win free passes for this year's Bourbon and Brews Festival right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app. Strap yourself in. You're in the fast lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN.
Freedom Friday here in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. This is where you, the listener, can choose any topic you want. We just have to comply. It's fun. Yeah.
Comply?
Mm-hmm.
With what?
With whatever the listener decides to choose.
I thought you said they have to comply.
Have you not been here?
And we have to comply.
Yeah, I thought you said they have to comply.
No.
He doesn't hear well.
I didn't have my volume up on my headphones, Carey.
I'm sorry.
What's your excuse?
I just don't listen.
Well,
Just being honest.
Sounded like the orderly from Happy Gilmore, Ben Stiller. Huh? People, turn up your volumes.
soon enough.
Come on, Jerry. This is high-made quality here. All right, Bradford, what's our next topic?
Yes, guys, very timely here. Let's take it to both baseball and hockey from the 636. At this point in time, going into June, would you rather give Matthew Liberatore or Jimmy Snuggerud a long-term contract extension?
That's a very dirty question.
If you're choosing between the two right now, on this day, Matthew Liberatore.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jimmy Snuggerud.
Really?
Yeah, because look how good he played. He had 7 regular season games under his belt. Look how good he played in the playoffs against the NHL's best team. He's already showed me he's an NHL player, like full-time. Whereas Matthew Liberatore is just showing us now, after several years, that he could be a Major League Baseball player full-time in the rotation.
I see what you did there.
And I'd probably get Snuggy on the downside of that because he'll probably sign a nice extension, good for the cap, you know.
I'll go Liberatore because of the cap.
Oh, screw you.
I thought this was an opinion-based show. My fault.
Yeah, your opinion should be based on his
Don't
opinion.
you know how this world works? Everybody's free of their own opinion. Unless it doesn't match mine, and then it's just
True,
wrong.
that is now the way of the world. Yeah, Matthew Liberatore, I mean, this is obviously he's only doing it in one. We're not even halfway through the year.
No.
But
Looks good, though.
given the salary cap situation in the NHL, I think Liberatore would probably make more sense. Let Snuggerud prove it. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed money in Major League Baseball. Liberatore probably won't sign for the whole tunnel, a bunch. He's got 2 more years of arbitration. So let's go Liberatore.
And you can't discount the fact that he's a lefty. He has that natural run. That means something atop your rotation, potentially for years on end.
Yep.
Ooh.
And if it winds up blowing up in my face, then at least it's a pitcher. And again, there's no salary cap ramifications to that.
Do you think, we've talked about this for the last couple of days, do you think the Cardinals are actively discussing giving an extension to any of these guys?
I think they're gonna extend Donovan.
How much?
I think they'll probably you're probably looking at a 4 or 5 year deal between 65 and 80 million. That would be my guess.
It's cheap compared to utility players like Mookie Betts.
Okay. God, come on, man. You're sick. You are a sick individual, sir.
It's no for me, Jamie.
That's enough for me, dog.
Yeah, I think 4 or 5 years, between 65 and 80 million. That's not going to crush you. It's not going to cripple you.
Nope.
He's not a power guy. He's not a speed guy. He's somebody that he's got versatility, high contact. Those skills aren't going to diminish over the course of a 4 or 5 year contract. So I think the Cardinals get it done with Donovan at the end of the year.
End of the year.
Yeah.
They won't do it before?
I don't think they will do it before.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they do it before either.
Just because you got the crossover with the,
New
front office.
Yeah.
It also, if he continues to play well, he's an all-star. That's a nice little media boost too. Where you're
the
like,
Cardinals are interested in making noise and positive news in the media?
they should be.
You think that's important?
I think it's important.
Or should you
sometimes.
end a season and say nothing? Silence is golden, Anthony.
Was it golden a couple of years ago when they didn't have their season wrap up?
Depends on how you look at it, brother.
That worked well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It's all on how you perceive it.
If you're Bloom, you introduce Bloom, and my first order of business is I'm going to sign a fan favorite.
We're open for business.
You're welcome, St. Louis.
There you go.
That's what
I don't hate it, actually.
You're a media. You're a media trained guy, Jamie.
I don't know if I'm trained, but
You're a media guy.
there you go.
All right. Bradford, what's our next Freedom
I
Friday
don't know if
topic?
everybody would claim to be training this.
No, very true.
Actually, it's your
Ever
fault.
in life.
Your fault. Yeah, I never did full-time radio until I was with Anthony, and look what he did to me.
You're welcome.
He didn't teach you the guidelines?
No, the very first show, he didn't reel me in at all.
He just let you be
Just
you.
let me go.
I let it be him.
And now look what you've created.
Helped him with some of the ad reads.
Oh, boy, was that.
Jamie was very hard on himself.
The live reads?
Very hard on himself with the live reads.
The live reads are extremely difficult when you first start.
Well,
I don't know why.
But I panicked. A couple reasons, okay? Because they tell you 1 minute.
Yes.
As you're going, I'm looking up at the clock. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to, and then the 1 minute's ticking away, and I'm like, and go here.com.
Not even the right company.
Then, and nobody said anything to me. Then it wasn't even explained to me. I'm listening to other live reads, and I'm like, that's like a minute 10, like a minute 11. I didn't know there was a buffer zone, so that you don't sound like a moron.
Yeah,
right.
And so then I was like, I asked Ed, I'm like, am I allowed? He goes, well, they sell a minute, so yeah, we want to make it close to a minute. But if you're not finished what you're saying, I was like, that information could have been useful before I panicked for 2 weeks trying to do live reads.
The other thing I told you, I'm like, they've given you the copy. They want certain key points, maybe a tagline or something like that, but make it your own. Yeah. And you did. And that was not
it was
very
a rough
long.
6 months. Well,
No, it wasn't 6 months. It was, I think, a month. I think you got it.
I had a live read, and I got done, and I don't know what I said. And the listener's like, what the hell did you say? I don't know. And Ryder, I think Ryder was either here or came in the next day. He's like, I was just praying you made it through it. I couldn't finish. I couldn't get the words out. I was like,
it's nerve-wracking, man. It is. At first, it's nerve-wracking.
Without saying too much, was that when you had a particular spot on deck? That was a
I don't think it was
slope.
the deck one. It was something else. Nice.
Listeners love that deck one.
They did.
Yeah, that should be award-winning.
Yep.
Taking care of your deck.
Yeah.
My deck was in bad shape, Jamie.
It was.
Not anymore, though.
Not anymore. Anthony, mentality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's talking about deck commercial.
Deck.
That's what I said.
Not mentality.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about I went to Mentality today.
Gotcha.
They said to say hi.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Awesome. There you go. Yeah. The first recorded spot I did, anytime that I was doing like updates as a producer and I'd listen back, I'm like, oh, you got to have a lot of energy. You got to have a lot of energy when you're speaking into the mic. Because when you do the low update, it just doesn't hit right. So I went in the first live read. It was for a vodka company. I was like, this is your town, baby. I was like, over the top. And I was like driving, I'm listening to it, I go, this is awful. Somebody tweeted at me too. They're like, just heard your first live read. You're not going to make it 2 months in this city. True story.
And then your physique was critiqued.
Yes. And then, well, that was much later. That was much later. Yeah.
Good times,
It'd
man.
be tough. Yep.
Somebody at Jack B's Hampton home, he says, so that's why Jamie had 4 months off from Stalter and Rivers. He was taking a live read course.
No. Good guess, though. All right, we've got what's trending on a Freedom Friday next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-500-5000.
Auto Center Nissan Herculaneum, they've got over 800 new and used vehicles all in one easy location. That means a lot to you when you have car shop before and you go to a dealership after maybe looking at them online and all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, where's the vehicle that I was looking at? Like, oh, we got one kind of close. What? No, I want to look at this vehicle, this price point. Oh, yeah, that's at it's our other lot there. It's 30 miles away. Not at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. They've got all the vehicles right there in one location. So when you go to AutoCentersNissan.com, rest assured that you're going to find the same vehicle that you looked at online right there off I-55 in McNutt in Herculaneum at Auto Centers. And during their Bloom and Vroom sales event, which it goes the next couple of days, you can take advantage of no payments for 6 months on select new Nissans, no payments for 3 months on used vehicles, a complimentary new car lifetime warranty, a 30-day new car return promise, and 3 oil changes included on every new Nissan. They've got credit options for everyone at Auto Centers, so check them out this weekend. Head out to Herculaneum. Tell them Stalter sent you. Auto Centers Nissan, where the inventory is big, the savings are bigger, and the nonsense is nowhere to be found.
Start your day with the morning after on 101 ESPN. Get in the know first on everything St. Louis sports with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, and Martin Kilcoy. Listen to TMA weekday mornings from 7 to 11 a.m. on 101 ESPN. The morning after is presented by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Redbirds return to action. Good afternoon. I'm Bradford Bruns. Your Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet plus Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Tonight at 7:05, the Cardinals open a 3-game set against AL West foe Texas. Lefty Matthew Liberatore will start pursuing his first win since May 6th. Bruce Bochy, meanwhile, counters with rookie Jack Leiter. Right now, Central-wise Chicago trailing Cincinnati 4-zip. Also this evening, those Battlehawks stage their regular season finale in D.C. Your Sports Center update was driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. Driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling. What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks. Just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
What's trending on a Freedom Friday on the Fast Lane 101 ESPN? Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Carey Davis. My name is Bradford Bruns. Guys, this first one ties in perfectly with what a lot of people are speculating about, both in the snake pit as well as the text lines. Last night, we understand Edmonton pretty much dump trucked Dallas 6-3 to advance to the Stanley Cup final. So, Rivs, Staltz, Carey, your first early predictions about what we're going to see when that series begins. Florida, Edmonton, round 2.
Oilers in 6.
Oh, wow.
I have another drink.
Nah.
Another drink. Oilers in 6.
Oilers in 6.
Okay, but this is right in line with what CD likes about a team. It's the star powers. Mm-hmm. He loves going with the elite talent, even if it's
chalk.
No, I wouldn't say it's chalk.
No, I would say the reason why I say that, we saw the Florida Panthers, right, last year.
We did.
They won the Stanley Cup.
They did.
They had been in the Stanley Cup final the year before.
Correct.
And so they had that experience of losing one, coming back the following year, and beating up on a team. In the first 3 games, the Oilers looked outmanned, outclassed, out-physicaled, out anything. You name it, they were out it. They had no chance in those first 3 games. They were down 3-0 before they could even think. Then they figured some things out the next 3 games, and then they end up losing in 7. I think the Oilers come in with a mindset that we already know what this is. We know what to expect. And we're not going to get beat up physically, mentally, and emotionally to start this series out. And we're going to play harder.
Yeah, that's cute.
Wow.
Cute,
he said.
What? That wasn't an insult.
Should be any more degrading.
What are you talking about?
A little bit. All right. Yeah, that's cute.
All right.
You say to your children.
I don't take it back. But anyways, CD, you bring up a good point, and you're right. There is something to go with having the scars of getting there and being in Game 7, and we saw the video of Connor McDavid losing it and being angry and ticked off and all those things. But the only thing I'll say is a rebuttal is I don't think the Florida Panthers forgot how to win.
I agree.
And so they're back there again in the final for the 3rd year in a row, and they know what they did right last year to beat Edmonton. Now, the one thing that's going to hurt the Oilers, 2 things, is goaltending is, like even Skinner last night, he almost found a way to give that game back to Dallas. Like the one, I don't even know what the hell he was doing. He was outside of the net, and then the one-timer came back and went right into the near side of the net, and he still wasn't back in the net. Like, I don't even know how that happened. But the goaltending, and then Zach Hyman, who was and is a huge part of that team, he's out for the rest of the season. Right. I don't know if Corey Perry, long-term, can fill that void. And Zach Hyman's also some of that grit. And he's out of the lineup. Whereas we know the Florida Panthers are going to drag this into the alley. Yeah. And they're going to make life miserable for Draisaitl, McDavid, Evan Bouchard, everybody. I just think the Panthers are built to win, man. And like, they were there the one year they lost, and then they won it. And, texting with Matthew Tkachuk today a little bit, like, they're eager. They want to go back to back. Like, there's no doubt that they want to take control of this early in the series. So I got Florida in 7 again this year. I think that's where we're headed. I do think McDavid and Draisaitl and that whole Oilers team is going to be trying to play at a level that they've never played before, and that's why I think it's going to be a hell of a series.
Give me the Panthers in 6. What a gauntlet that they have gone through. They beat the Lightning, which had a remarkable season. Still some components of the championships that they won, too, with that Tampa team. So they get through Tampa. They get through a Toronto team that is better now under Craig Berube than they have been in years past.
7 games.
And 7 games. And they were down 0-2 in that series. Yeah. They dispatch Carolina, which you can say what you want about the Hurricanes maybe not being a championship caliber team, but that's still a roster that is excellent top to bottom. So they go through this gauntlet, but to me it's about the players. It's about Matthew Tkachuk, Barkov, Paul Maurice, despite the non-handshake stuff. He's still a pretty good coach.
Yeah.
Sam Reinhart. Obviously I like Bob over Skinner.
Yeah.
In the goaltending matchup. I think the special teams pretty much a wash. They both have 2 pretty powerful PK and power play units. So give me the team that's built to win a championship. Panthers.
Humbly, still think Edmonton is a little too reliant on goals off of the rush. That is not going to play consistently against Florida. Tkachuk seems to be finding more and more of that scoring punch. So I, too, will take Florida in 6 for that matter.
You're all wrong.
Bradford, I don't want to step on your toes. Did you got anything about Jake Ottinger?
Ottinger, as a matter of fact, he's actually becoming, it would seem on the surface, perhaps a poor man's version of Connor Hellebuck. Jamie, 2 straight postseasons, though, conference final style, in which the latter portion of that series rolls around. We know last night unceremoniously yanked, but this is not just an isolated incident.
Would you have pulled him?
That's what I was going to ask. After the second goal, they pulled him, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. 2 shots in.
Yeah, get him out of there.
No, hell no.
Well, so Pete DeBoer, in the press conference following the game, he explained the decision was really not like a hair trigger, like going back to last season when they played the Oilers in the conference final. Ottinger has lost 6 of the last 7 games against Edmonton. And the Oilers are a team that you do not want to be chasing the game against them because McDavid and Draisaitl and Nugent, they just run wild.
Throttle.
You need to get the lead early on that team, and you need to play shutdown hockey against them. Ottinger, first 2 shots on net, 2 goals. You're in an elimination game. Couple things. 1, maybe he's not on his game at that point. But 2, you got to rattle the cage of your team a little bit here, too. And thanks to Skinner, like at one point, the Stars were 1 goal back, 1 shot away of dragging themselves back into this game. I don't fault the decision to pull Ottinger. If he pulled Ottinger and he put in a second-rate goalie, that's one thing, but they had a good goalie to back it up.
It's tough.
For me, it's tough, too.
It's your guy, but to Jamie's point, if he doesn't have it, isn't it your responsibility to be the adults on the bench and say he doesn't have it? I got to go with somebody else.
You got to try something. In my opinion, you got to try something. Because at that point, the building was dead silent. The Oilers were ramping it up. Like, you got to do something to break it a little bit.
Right.
As I referenced a few minutes ago, guys, taking it to the gridiron, the Battlehawks, their regular season finale will also unfold this evening. And Wright City Hoss poses the question, what's your prediction for the Battlehawks' ultimate fate this year? We know tonight's the regular season finale versus DC. You're going for win number 6 in a row, but conference championship, league championship, what do you have?
Win it all.
I think they win it all, too. Wow. I think with the way that Anthony Becht has talked since day one, this is their year. They've the last couple of seasons, they certainly have wanted to win it, but this has felt different. And when they lost Manny Wilkins, yes, that was a significant, that was adversity that they had overcome. But you still heard the same kind of rhythm and rhetoric that Anthony Becht was preaching. Yep, next man up. We still got excellent defense. We got to protect the ball. They don't have the reps, and I don't think they have the depth in order to give some backups opportunities tonight. I think they're just going to throttle down here. If I'm Anthony Becht, I think all the starters continue to play on both sides of the ball, and they just keep the pedal down, despite the fact that they've already got the playoff in line. I realize injuries are a problem, but they don't practice a lot. I mean, they practice, but they don't practice. They can't go full contact.
Right.
They don't have the roster to just start pulling guys. So I think that what we're going to see tonight is going to look much. It's going to look like what it did the last couple of weeks.
And wouldn't that be ironic, frankly, if in 2025, the first year in which you don't have the glamour factor, right? The star presence under center and an A.J. McCarron. If you were to break through this season when the electricity from an offensive standpoint was, I will say, decidedly higher for a couple of years there, that would be really interesting. But the defense has been nails, no doubt.
Without A.J. McCarron, the passing game has certainly lacked. It's obvious. You watch the games, the downfield passing, the vertical passing has just not been there. Max Duggan, quite frankly, struggles to go over the middle. I think he's late on a lot of his passes, and it winds up being either interceptions or near interceptions. So I think that it has caused the Battlehawks to dial up certain plays that they know Max Duggan can handle, and if he sees that the defense is in man-to-man, he can run, which is an element that Anthony Becht has wanted since the start. But I don't think there's any question that without A.J. McCarron, the passing game has suffered. It has also allowed them to be a little bit more balanced, too.
Is the team better, though? I think that's the ultimate goal that they were going for. The defense has been better. The running game has been consistent throughout. The last few years, they've been really good. The running game has been added to now because you have a quarterback that has the mobility that can do some things in the run game as well. So I think they're a better team now than they were in the last couple of years. Obviously, better record they're going for, another win this weekend. So I'm confident that they will win the conference championship game and be playing for a championship.
Go Hawks. It's fascinating on 101 ESPN. It's Freedom Friday. This means you can send in any topic. It's got to go through the Bradford Bruns filter, but any topic that you want us to discuss, up to you. We do this on the last Friday of every month, and that's it today. So Freedom Friday. Don't forget, again, in about 20 minutes, we got Charles Barkley joining us. We'll talk to him not only about the potential NBA Finals matchup, what that could look like, but he's a big hockey guy as well, which is why Jamie hit it off so well. So we'll pick his brain, too.
He knows I love basketball, and he loves hockey.
Exactly. So you guys swap. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Charles Barkley in about 20 minutes. Freedom Friday continues next on 101 ESPN.
Tomorrow night, Knicks and Pacers. Pregame at 6:30. Tip-off at 7. Your home for the NBA is 101 ESPN.
Selling your house can be a very stressful process, especially if you haven't done it in a while. And maybe it's been 5-10 years. The market has changed. The game has changed. And you don't want to just have any real estate agent trying to sell your home or trying to price what they don't know. Your house will sit on the market. You'll get frustrated. You won't get the money that you need for your home. Trust me and call Gloria Liu with your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria has been in the business for a really long time, and that's what she does. She sells homes. And the St. Louis area is a tricky market, but Gloria Liu has got it pretty figured out, and she's going to be able to look at your home and price it accordingly so that not only do you sell fast, but you sell for the most money at the same time, and you're going to love the process. It's easy. Any questions that you have, Gloria Liu is there to answer them. She has great suggestions on how to sell your home even quicker. It really is an amazing experience when you use Gloria Liu. So please give her a call. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number is 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
This is the Fast Lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Bradford Bruns says our next topic for Freedom Friday.
Jamie, we're going to swing it back to you, sir. This comes courtesy of Buck Hogg in the Snake Pit, bringing some heat. And don't worry, you don't need formal training to answer this one. Instead, how many original teeth do you have, sir, after that illustrious NHL career and Russia?
Yeah, I don't know how many I have. I can tell you how many I don't have. Currently missing or have new teeth to the number of 5. So it's not terrible. It's not terrible.
27.
Yeah, but
original. And then 32 teeth in your mouth?
I don't know.
Ah, okay.
So yeah,
then we
5
have that as a gauntlet question.
And
Probably.
I think so.
see, I just had one replaced not too long ago.
You know it.
Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Are
6.
Are those from like slap shots to the face or punches?
Everything. Sticks, pucks, skates, elbows, punches. Yeah. Pretty much everything.
Can you say you had a guy's tooth in your hand?
I did.
You should have kept it as a trophy and wore it around your neck.
I would have, but the trainer took it out and wanted to use it. I was kind of like just finished fighting, so I was kind of tired as it was, and I wondered what was going on with my hand. You know,
It was throbbing.
It was throbbing a little bit, and he decided to take that out. It still didn't help it very much. I woke up, I had like a phone book-sized hand in the middle of the night because it was so dirty. The tooth was
infected.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
That's not great.
And then I have a scar here when I don't have my beard growing. That I got punched in the mouth one time, and I was like gritting, and my tooth went straight through my lips.
That's wonderful.
Whoa.
Both of the teeth were outside. It was kind of a funny look, to be honest with you. It was kind of a funny look. Like my 2 teeth were like little baby teeth is what they looked like outside of my...
Sticking through through your chin.
So they had to like
area.
pull it up and put it back down.
Yikes.
That's fun.
Nope.
It's fun.
No, thank you.
It was fine in the moment.
Man.
It felt like crap in the morning, but...
I would think so. Yeah.
It's worse when it starts to heal because then it's all big and like swollen and then you can't eat and, you know.
That's good fun, man.
Okay. So you want to be a professional hockey player, do you? There you have it.
There you go.
Bradford?
Or a football player.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah.
We are going to open this can of worms from the UFL to something else entirely. Guys, is the NFL ever returning to St. Louis?
No, I don't think so. You never say never. I just don't think it's going to be anytime soon. How about this? I don't think it's going to be anytime soon if they do return.
I would agree. I don't like your answer, but I think your answer is correct.
Because you think about the other markets that they might be interested in. I mean, they've got this infatuation with London.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know if they just keep those the international series, which I would. I don't know if you can make it work in London full time.
Well, let's walk through this for a second. Let's say London. I don't know what division you put them in, but from New York,
AFC South.
From New York to London is what, a 5-hour flight, 4.5, 5-hour flight. Well, from LA to New York is a 4.5, 5-hour flight.
Right.
When you look at it that way. Now, where you run into some issues is when you have, like, let's say Vegas or, Denver has to play in London. Now they've got to get all the way, like, you're adding on.
What division you putting them in? The time change that jack you up. I think the international series in the NFL is just fine. I love waking up. We've talked about this. I love waking up on a Sunday knowing that we have an opportunity to watch football right away.
From 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah, but having a full-time London team there doesn't make a lot of sense.
What about if they had more than one team? How many teams does it take to make a division? 4, 5?
4.
4?
4 right now.
Okay, so they've played in Germany, played in London. Where else have they played in that little area of Europe?
So
I know they've done Spain and they've done Mexico City. But I'm talking about like right there. If you had a European division, let's say.
Oh, I'd hate that.
Yeah,
but then they all play each other.
Yeah, but
Jamie, and I know
you would have to travel. It would be less though. I see what you're saying because you're playing those teams.
Germany plays London. London plays like
that's 6 of your games. I get it, but I just would hate it.
And one team goes over, and while you're there, you play more than one opponent.
A couple of teams. Yeah,
I'm trying to see a path to it.
Sure. I also, Jamie, I think this goes without saying. Instead of doing that, I would rather have them expand in the States.
I agree.
To include, us, obviously, in St. Louis.
I would love to see them expand into Canada, quite honestly. Like Montreal,
they're
Toronto.
Not. The CFL doesn't have a firm hold on all football things.
If you dropped an NFL team in Toronto, that's why Buffalo talked about going there for so long.
We actually played a preseason game in Toronto against the Bills.
The Bills used to go there. How about this? When times were tough for the Bills, before the Bills Mafia and all that stuff, the Bills were rumored to be moving the team potentially to Toronto.
Yeah. It's a great city.
Yeah.
Toronto's a great city. I mean, great. Brother.
It's a good spot.
Oh, man.
Care to elaborate?
Yeah, listen, man. Toronto's a beautiful
Be
city.
available on the podcast.
Yep. Beautiful city.
Carey, I do have another one for you, courtesy of the 573. What is the hardest hit, and from whom did you absorb that hit in your career?
It was in college, man, and I'll never forget it. It was my first game starting. I scored a touchdown. I almost scored another one. I was taking Jamil Cook, who was our starter, was injured, but he still dressed. He didn't play, and it was Indiana. And I don't know this linebacker's name. I just know his name was Smith. Don't know his first name. I mean, he smoked me. It was an ISO play. I got to block him. He's trying to knock my head off. And he hit me, and it's the fourth quarter. We're on like our last drive trying to go score and win the game. And I hit him, and I got my job done. But I remember laying on the ground, and I looked over at Jamil, who was injured. He was our starter. I looked at him, and I see him like, oh, I got to get my stuff ready, don't I? He started running to go get his helmet. I'm like, I'm okay. Just give me a second. Like, my brain knew this hurt like hell. It was the hardest hit I've ever taken in my life. But I got up. I finished the game, finished the drive. We won that game. But I'm telling you, I had thoughts in that moment like, yep, this is different.
Not doing this anymore.
Yeah, that was too much. But got up, got to it. That was the only time. Normally, if you hit someone, and James, if somebody gets the best of you, you don't want them to know. I had no choice but for him to know that he smoked me.
Yeah.
Like I got up, I finished and played the rest of the drive and finished the game. But I'm talking like my mind was like, oh my God, this is so much. And I don't know if it's worth it in this moment. But it was all good. So whoever you are, Smith, don't know your first name. I don't know who you are. But damn it, you smoked me. Yeah.
I told you guys this story just last week about Eric Lindros hitting my head through the boards and then not remembering anything until I got home, you know? That one, I didn't actually feel that hit. It just happened, and then I was knocked out for apparently the whole game. But I still played. But the hardest actual, collision I've ever been in, it was my own fault.
Yeah.
John LeClaire. That's the big man, but I didn't realize how big he is. He was like 240, 6'3", 240. And I went to hit him. And, he had the puck. And I think he saw me maybe the last second and kind of, reversed a little bit. But I, took 4 or 5 hard strides. I'm going to get you. And when I hit him, he didn't move. And I didn't move. But I felt like my head exploded inside my helmet. You know that feeling? I felt like I ran as fast as I could into a brick wall. I stood there. My brain was scrambled. I was like, what the hell is he?
What's going on?
What happened? Was he up against the boards? Nobody. He didn't. He still wasn't
You were reaching for your insurance card.
I was. It was
for when the police came, you could give it to them. I was in an accident, sir.
It'd be like somebody who's goes to punch you, and then you find out they're wearing brass knuckles.
Yeah.
You know, holy, what the
That
hell?
was hard.
That was
What the
hard.
hell? What the hell happened?
I hit John LeClaire, and I felt like I was a bug smacking off the windshield on Highway 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was whoa.
That's some of them you just don't remember. I got hit in the back of the head, and I remember walking to the other huddle. And
I remember sitting in the wrong belly box.
I walked to the other huddle, and my Luke Buck just grabbed me. My teammate, he said, hey, what you doing? I was like, we over there? Okay. He's like, no, you go there. I'm like,
I did it on purpose. I was trying to hear what they're saying.
All right.
Was it practice?
No, it was in the game. We were playing Northwestern. Napoleon Harris did that. Hit me, speared me in the back of the head while I was on the ground. Ran the ball. I'm getting up, and he speared, and they didn't throw a penalty in it. Speared me in the back of my head. And I'm like, oh, that's not right. This is before we knew what concussions were.
Yeah.
Right? This is 2001.
Well, you just got your bell rung.
Yeah, well, clearly. I go to the sideline, and they're like,
go have a beer.
Right.
Pretty much.
The doctor was like, I'm going to give you 3 words. I'm going to come back in a few minutes. He was like, ball, dog, and apple. He came back. He said, what are those 3 words? I said, Doc, all I know is ball, baby. That's all I got. He said, okay, I'm going to give you you got to count backwards by 7 from 100. So, Doc, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't messed up. So, can I play? He's like, yeah, go ahead. All right. Yeah, we had no clue.
So one of the trainers will remain nameless because he's a long-time trainer, hell of a guy. And, you have your little questionnaire. When concussions started to kind of be a thing, they give you a little, baseline, right? And you answer these things, and they talk about a math problem. Well, I looked at the trainer, and I said, here's the deal. If the doctor says, asking me questions, you ask me a math question, make sure the answer's 12. Because I always remember the number 12. I don't know why. I could be half dead. And my kids will vouch for this. They have homework. They bring it home. They're big, this divide. I go, the answer's 12. It's like an ongoing thing. So I remember I was sitting there one time. I forget what happened, oddly enough. And the doctor was sitting there with the light in my eyes and whatnot. And I looked at the trainer, and he goes, okay, Riv. I think he said 4 times 3. I was like, 12. He's like, okay, he's good to go. I told him, the answer's always going to be 12. Make sure it's a math problem, and the answer's always going to be 12.
There you go.
So there you go.
You got it.
Back out next period.
Charles Barkley will join us coming up next. We'll talk to Chuck about the potential NBA Finals matchup and what's going on in the Stanley Cup Final. That's next. Charles Barkley joins us in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
You can now watch 101 ESPN live on our Air Alliance Team Studio Cams. Catch every show live on our YouTube channel or at 101ESPN.com. 101 ESPN Studio Cams.
Presented by the Air Alliance Team Heating and Cooling. Getting the job done quickly, correctly, 100% of the time.
Two pros and one average show. You're listening to the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling.
3 o'clock on the dot. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we're pleased to be joined by the one and only Charles Barkley, second time in the Fast Lane. Chuck, we appreciate you coming back on with us, talk a little basketball, talk a little hockey. How are you today?
I'm doing good, man. Just got to Indianapolis and Man, it was on fire in the Garden last night, and it should be crazy tomorrow night here in Indy.
Chuck, I've been meaning to ask you this for a while now. You are supposed to be the hockey guy on the NBA tonight, and yet Shaq is like creeping into your lane a little bit. What do you feel about Shaq trying to be the hockey guy now?
Shaq doesn't even watch hockey, but, Biz called Shaq Hyman one day, and now he thinks he anytime you mention Hyman, now see the sad thing is Hyman's gone for the rest of the playoffs, so he probably can't do his little Shaq Hyman stick. But no, man, it's going to be a great finals rematch. I picked the Oilers to win the championship.
Smart man.
And I hope they get it done.
Chuck, you're going to have some explaining to do to Big Walt, buddy. I mean, come on. You can't pick against the Kachuk boy, can you?
Yeah, so when we started the playoffs, they had me do a bracket. And I gave my reasoning. I said, okay, my reasoning is Florida got to the finals the year before and came back and won it. And I said, I think the same thing's going to happen this year. I said the Oilers are going to get back, but this time they're going to win it. That's what exactly happened to the Panthers last year. But I tell you what, man, that Florida team is tough. It's going to be a great finals.
Charles, I literally told these guys the exact same thing earlier, and they looked at me like I was crazy. So thank you for proving my point. You are correct, sir, as am I. I got a quick question for you. I'm wondering, when you watch these players, I'm thinking of Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, when they're playing in games where it's a closeout game to either end the series or extend the series, do you get frustrated when guys that are supposed to be superstars don't show up? Anthony had 19 points in their loss that ended the series. Tyrese Halliburton only had 8 points in a game last night that could have ended the series for them. Does that frustrate you when guys that are superstars or stars don't put up the points and don't show up in the way that you think they should?
Well, I think it's two things. Number one, I would like to see – well, first of all, Minnesota didn't help him. They just gave him the ball at the top of the key and just say, hey, score on those 5 guys, which is impossible. Because that team right in OKC is one of the best defensive teams I've ever seen. So I thought their offense was terrible. But, I'm old school. I want to see you be aggressive. Now, Halliburton's a different animal. That was kind of just a free game for them last night. Mm-hmm. Now, his ass better be aggressive tomorrow because I said the same thing I said on the air. Let me tell you something. They got an ass-kicking coming if they have to go back to New York. Hey, this is Game 7. Mm-hmm. This is if they don't win tomorrow, they got 0 chance of winning Game 7 back in New York. I mean, so this is even though it's Game 6, they better win tomorrow. I've been in this situation before, and I said, obviously I felt like we had a chance in Game 7, but when you have a chance to close out at home and don't get it done, man, there is so much momentum going against you going into Game 7. So I can't wait for tomorrow because the environment last night every game's been crazy. But, man, this is Game 7 for the Pacers tomorrow.
Charles Barkley joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Chuck, if you were a commissioner for a day, what would you change about the current NBA?
Well, that's a great question. The league is in great shape. Obviously we just signed these humongous TV deals. I would just talk to the players about how important just playing is. I mean, you're making $30, $40, $50 million a year. You need to play basketball every game. Mm-hmm. You're only working 4 days a week. You got the best medical staffs ever. You got the best shoes. You don't fly commercial. I would just say, guys, because, we can't just keep crapping on the public. They pay outrageous sums to watch us play basketball. And for guys to say, I'm not going to play back-to-back and things like that, it ain't like we're a firefighter or a cop or somebody who's in the armed service who has like a real job. I mean, we play stupid basketball. And, and that's one of the reasons I love hockey so much. You don't ever hear hockey players talk about, hey, I'm not going to play back-to-back. They just want to get their name on the Stanley Cup. I saw this dude last year get like 50 stitches and go back in a game. Let me tell you something. If an NBA player got 10 stitches, he'd be out like a month.
Charles, with that mindset, I took my son to NBA All-Star Weekend this year, and I thought it was. I love the NBA. I love All-Star Weekend. It was tough to watch. Do you think that competition needs to carry over to the All-Star Weekend as well? Because guys don't compete like you all did in the '90s, and like guys in previous years did. Do you think they need to have that level of competition in the All-Star game as well?
Just, it's been trashed for a long time. I mean, we've been complaining about it, the players, everybody's been complaining. I've been trying to get them to do this format, the United States against the world. And I think they're afraid the United States going to get their butt kicked. I truly believe that. And I think they would, too, to be honest with you. I would love to see that competition. Because number one, if you roll out there, Giannis, Luka, Joker, Shea Gildress, I mean, that's a good four to start. I think that's a really good four. I would love to see that because I think the United States would have to play because them foreign dudes, they don't mess around. I mean, Giannis plays hard. I mean, Joker's the best player in the world. Shea just won MVP. Luka is unbelievable. So I would like to see them change the format because I think it'd be great for international basketball because that, to me, is where most of our growth. I think we've done as much as we could in the United States, but I think we could expand to foreign countries a little bit more. So I think if we lost, I don't even think that'll be that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. I like the format, what you're talking about too, Chuck, because I know you watched this too, but when the Four Nations happened this year and you had Canada versus United States, I mean, there were a lot of eyeballs on that tournament, not mostly because the Kachuk boys decided to turn it into a bar fight, but beyond that, it was fun.
Let me tell you something. I don't know who came up with that idea. I watched, anytime the United States and Canada play, I'm going to watch. But, the other countries got a bunch of good players also. So I thought that was a stroke of genius. It was amazing to watch from a distance. I was on it mad because I couldn't go. And then the thing is, the United States games against Canada, man, both of them were must-see. And I would love to see us do something like that because the East-West thing is not working. So let's try something different. Hey, just try it because the All-Star game is a big deal.
Yeah, and there's no failure really. If it doesn't work, you move on to another idea. But Chuck, the guys like LeBron, Steph Curry, like the faces of the NBA are getting closer to being retired players. I'm always curious to get an opinion from a former player or a guy like you. Who are the new faces? Who's the next LeBron, next Steph Curry that people should be watching right now that are making their mark on the NBA?
Well, listen, between Giannis and Joker and Shea, those are the faces. But the thing is, the public gets to dictate who the face is. Joker's been the best player in the world for like 4 or 5 years now. Giannis has been arguably in that conversation for the last 5 or 6 years. And Shea, people forget last year he came in second for MVP and won it this year. I mean, we got a bunch of bright stars. I mean, Jason Tatum get well soon. He's a stud. Jaylen Brown's a stud. It's a shame what happened to Joel Embiid, Paolo Banchero down in Orlando. But that's the thing. I went off on the guys on ESPN recently because they're like, Anthony Edwards going to be the face of the NBA. And I says, well, wait a minute now. You can't give it. You have to take it. Mm-hmm. I think that's the difference between, these leagues. Like, NBA they want like, no, you don't give it to them. You take it. That's what makes competition. But very few guys are going to be the face of the league. If you look at all sports, let's take golf as an example. You got Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and Arnold Palmer. The next two guys are probably Phil Mickelson and Tiger, obviously. And there are a lot of great players, but there are very few players in every sport who are transcendent. There's they're much watched. There's a lot of great hockey players. But, do you say how many TVs are turning on for Barkov? I mean, he is tremendous. I mean, I love the Kachuk brothers, Draisaitl is fabulous. But people, they want to see McJesus play. I want to see the best player in the world. And Leon Draisaitl, I got a jersey for him that's prominent in my house. He is a stud. But he probably could walk around and nobody would know who he was. And that's no disrespect. That's just the fandom dictates. Like Joker, everybody loves Joker. But I don't know if is he the face of the league. The public dictates who the face of the league is.
Yeah, I agree. One last thing for you, Chuck, is you brought up golf for a second, and I saw a video online about a week ago, and I must say I was a little shocked to see that the glitch in your golf swing seems to be gone, buddy. How the hell did you do that? Did someone have to put you under?
Well, listen, man. I had tried everything for my golf game. One time, how they do those shows where they hypnotize people?
Yeah.
I actually went to a hypnotist, and I woke up with the same shitty golf swing. But I got a good nap, though. But that's all I got out of it. But the truth of the matter is, about 3 years ago, I met a guy named Stan Utley. I met him at Tom Lehman's golf tournament. And, I listen, and be honest with you, I had the yips for probably over 20 years. And I pretty much had given up. I switched to left-handed a couple times. I played one-handed a couple times. But I basically had given up. But I met Stan Utley at Tom Lehman's tournament. And he said, Chuck, why don't you give me a chance to fix your swing? And I'm like, nah, man, I pretty much give it up. He said, just give me a couple days. And I said, nah, man, I don't, because I did the thing with Hank. I just don't have it in me to work that hard anymore. And then I met Stan, and the rest is history. And it took me a while to get it. And now I'm probably back down to an 8 handicap, and I'm going to play great every time I'm out there right now. If I make a putt, I can get down to a 5 or 6 if I make my putts, but I'm going to play solid every time I go out there right now.
Charles, the last question for me. You all have done a great job. One of my favorite shows is Inside the NBA, watching you all post-game and pre-game, post-game specifically. How different is it going to be leaving TNT and going to ESPN, and what is that shift going to look like for you all?
Yeah, that's a great question. We don't know. We really don't know. The people we work for screwed us up and lost the NBA. So, we thought it was the end of the show, and I guess ESPN came and said, hey, what if we take the show and now we're just trying to work out logistics, how many games we're going to work and things like that. And that's a little concerning because we really don't know our schedule totally. I was concerned. I actually just signed my new contract in the last week or so because I just wanted to listen. I told these dudes I ain't gonna be working all the time. I said, "Hey, let's get that out the way." There's no way. Hey, nobody. Anybody working more as they get older is an idiot. You work less. I was like, wait, y'all think I'm gonna take a job where I work more? I said, no. When you get older, you should work less. Anybody work more when they get older, they're an idiot. And I said, that's not going to happen. So I was like, hey, and so I spent some time with them, and I said, can y'all walk to me what we're going to do? Because like I say, and I was like, I'm not signing my contract until y'all let me know how much I'm going to be working. So, because it's going to be an honor to work for ESPN. I mean, they're the most famous sports network in the world. And, everybody in the world know who ESPN. But like I say, my biggest concern was my work schedule.
Well, Chuck, I'm excited to see it all for you, buddy, and I hope it works out. I want to thank you for coming on here today, talking a little hockey, some NBA, and other things as well. It's always great to hear your voice.
Hey, what are y'all? Hey, what are y'all going to talk about? Because y'all got a longer layoff than we do, don't you? Y'all don't start till like next Wednesday, right?
Yeah, but we got the Cardinals here, so we can default to baseball every day.
Wait. Are they still in baseball?
Chuck, they're having a great season right now, buddy.
Playing well.
They are playing. I'm just messing with you guys. Probably one of the 5 most iconic franchises in Major League history. Tony La Russa and Barry Weinberg had me come there one time to a game, and man, y'all got the Cardinals having an amazing history. They probably got the quietest, most amazing history because everybody talks Yankees, everybody talks Red Sox, but and now the Dodgers, they're just going to buy everything.
Amen, Chuck.
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
money
man.
at
Listen, sports should be competitive. This Bulls BS they're doing where they're paying guys all this money and deferring it, that's cheating. That is cheating, man. And the commissioner, that's not even fun or fair. If they're just going to buy up all the players and defer the money, if they're going to just do that, the commissioner got to do his job, man. And that ain't right and that ain't fair. Sports should be competitive. That's why I've always hated the super teams in basketball. Like if you just want to cheat and win, that's never going to be right or fair in my opinion. And what the Dodgers are doing, that's just not right and fair, brother.
Well said, Chuck.
Yeah, well said.
I completely agree with you. We love having you on the program. Thank you so much for taking some time off and just chatting with us. Enjoy not only tonight's game, but a potential Game 7 at Madison Square Garden and maybe 6 or 7 between the Oilers and the Panthers as well.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. If these boys go back to New York, that is gonna be the craziest thing. I mean, that place has already been crazy for 3 games. Can you imagine? But like I say, I picked the Pacers in 6, and they better damn win tomorrow. They got an ass kicking coming back in New York.
Well said, Chuck. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Okay, guys. Thanks
You're the
for having
best.
me. Be
Thank
safe.
you. Thank you.
See you,
You
Chuck.
too.
Take care, brother.
That's the one and only Charles Barkley, just an absolute treasure. Apologies to the Snake Pit for picking up a little dirty language on that. Not that we care.
Snake doesn't care.
I'm just glad he didn't do it the second time.
He almost did.
He almost did.
He caught himself.
He did. He caught himself. No, he's the best, man. There's so much to just discuss off what he said.
Yeah.
Including the Dodgers take, which was a brilliant take.
I'm going to give you a peek behind the curtain with Charles. I think I've told you guys this, but maybe some of our listeners don't know. Is Charles Barkley is one of the best human beings. Like, we walked into a couple of different bars in New York City. He's very recognizable, obviously. He's a super celebrity, and people come up to him, and he handles everything with grace. Like, people don't overstay their welcome. They go, hey, Chuck, nice to meet you. Can I take a picture? Absolutely. This, that, talk to a stranger.
That's awesome.
I was amazed at how,
he was able to control
personable
the room.
He was. Just everybody. He was able to get the touches, to say hi to people. Right. But at the same time, not, get caught into, a corner with the drunk guy talking his ear off for 25 minutes.
Good for him.
He's just really good dude, man.
That's awesome. That's always good to hear.
Yep.
He seems incredibly personable. So, that's Charles Barkley. If you missed that, we'll have it posted to the website, 101ESPN.com, shortly. It's Freedom Friday, but there is no day off. If there's a lineup out, we will play the lineup game, which is coming next on 101 ESPN.
We want to hear from you. Use the Scott Lee Mic Drop feature on the 101 mobile app. Give us your opinion on anything St. Louis sports with a mic drop.
Brought to you by the Scott Lee Heating Company.
ESPN has your chance to win a pair of passes to Holiday World and Splash and Safari, celebrating 25 years of free unlimited soft drinks. Make the most of your family's summer with a trip to Holiday World and Splash and Safari, the water coaster capital of the world. Find more details and enter to win free passes to Holiday World and Splash and Safari right now at 101ESPN.com or your 101 mobile app. Strap yourself in. You're in the fast lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and this microphone is broken.
Jacked up.
Again.
Jacked up. You remember that show?
Yeah. The
NFL?
ESPN?
Yeah.
You just got jacked
up.
Anyways.
They had to stop playing it.
Yep.
Because of concussions.
Oh, no. Football's dangerous. Who knew?
Well, anybody getting hit.
Who knew?
We just figured that out.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
All right. The Cardinals and the Rangers begin their series tonight in Arlington. It'll be Matthew Liberatore versus Jack Leiter. This is the son of Al Leiter and the nephew of Mark Leiter. Mm-hmm. Covered that earlier. For our purposes, though, Jack Leiter is a right-hander.
Okay.
So a righty takes the hill. I don't think that changes what we do first, though, guys.
Do we need to okay. Show us. Lars Newbar.
Never mind. He's on talk shows, late night shows, and doing interviews. All of a sudden, he became a superstar.
Superstar.
International superstar.
Watch out, they're running any walls or anything.
Look at Bradford adding his own twist to this.
DJ Dirty Elbows back there.
Wow, how about that? All right, I like it.
I was like, why am I hearing my voice?
I was confused. I thought you were talking. I looked at you like his mouth's not moving. What's going on here?
All right. Mason Wynn here?
Oh, yeah.
Show us Mason Wynn.
Second, bring me that arm.
Show us. Donnie Baseball.
Look at that guy. Vibrant, handsome, hair.
We appreciate your services.
Oh. Let's see.
All right. Making an appearance. Is this Wilson?
Yeah.
Show us. Wilson Contreras.
You don't know how to play first base. It's not that hard. Tell him, Watch.
It's incredibly hard.
Hey, anything worth doing is.
My name is Willie, and all my fans, you can defeat me. You dreaming.
Is that Steamin' Willie Beeman?
Steamin' Willie Beeman. Any given Sunday, I did not see an Any Given Sunday reference today.
Most proud of that one, I'm not going to lie.
That is awesome.
My name is Willie. Willie Beeman.
There was some careful editing required.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure. That's awesome, Bradford. Well done.
All right, this has got to be Herrera, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Show us. Herrera.
Oh, Yvonne? That's a French-ass name, Yvonne. Yeah, my little croissant. Little cheese on my croissant.
If you guys don't mind,
Go ahead.
show us.
No, a lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing.
Now your back's going to hurt.
Okay, so this is a righty on the bump.
Yes.
I feel like this would be Alec Burleson here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in. Mm-hmm.
Show us. Alec Burleson.
You're already acting like you're a star, and we haven't even opened yet.
Jamie, I saw his face.
I did too.
You want to see my face?
That same face he had on
Show us
yesterday.
your face.
It's really weird.
Show us your face, brother.
So, is this Pajes? So, Jordan Walker's not in the lineup today?
That's correct.
Well, that's a righty on the bump. Can't
Right.
hit those guys.
No. In ever.
Nah, he chases really wide.
That's, you do it. Nah, you do it.
Petey Pages?
Yeah, sure.
Show us. Pedro Pajes. Show us.
Oh, boy.
Poso.
Where did this come from?
In an investigation, details matter.
That's right, Reacher.
Okay, so this has got to be Victor Scott, right?
Yep.
Show us. Victor Scott.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Speed kills.
All right, Bradford, run it.
Here we go, starting with the lefty batter and leadoff man Lars Nootbaar, followed by your shortstop Mason Wynn, Brendan Donovan batting third, and then Wilson Contreras, Ivan Herrera, Nolan Arenado, followed by Alec Burleson in the seventh hole. You have Pozo behind the dish batting eighth, and then rounding it out in center field, patrolling that space, Victor Scott the second.
Stay fair! Go fair! Go fair! I don't believe what I just saw! Home run!
All righty. That's our latest standings. Bradford, if you don't have them, that's okay. I think CD, then Jamie and I are tied.
Yeah.
And then Andrew Marsh is
funny
last Ola.
From the 314.
Oh, you did?
Probably for you, Jamie. When the hell is Newt going to start playing shortstop? Dude's been leading off all year.
That's a great point.
I've always known. When I saw him play, I said to myself, this is a shortstop.
Yep, that's a great point. That reference.
I wish we had the audio from that one day.
I wish we had the video, too, of you figuring it out.
Anthony and I were like, what the hell is he talking about?
It's got to be a shortstop. Why does it have to be the shortstop?
That's the greatest.
So for those that don't know, because I hate when shows do like inside jokes and then you don't tell new listeners. So Jamie, one day, doing the lineup game, and this was a year ago when Mason Wynn was leading off. So we said, all right, show us Mason Wynn. We got the buzzer. And then we said, okay, well, it's got to be Brendan Donovan or whoever we said. And Jamie said, well, no, it's got to be whoever's playing shortstop. And we're like, what? Why does it have to be whoever's playing shortstop? He's like, because the shortstop's the leadoff. And then Jamie almost immediately after the words tumbled out of his mouth, he goes, I'm an idiot.
I have no idea.
Had it in his noggin that shortstop equals for leadoff.
Yeah. No idea.
It was funny.
It was hilarious.
It was.
I was like, what are you talking about?
So that's that reference.
It was a bad moment.
Yeah, he's a shortstop. He got to be the leadoff hitter. Does he?
I was like, you know what? Never mind.
It's like in the 90s when the center fielder had to be your leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Good times.
All right. Carey?
On me, give me Jordan Walker off the bench.
Ooh.
Now, I do have a question.
No.
He's a 10.
No. Now, the question that I have, because he didn't start, he wasn't, when we did the lineup game one day, he wasn't in the lineup, but there was an injury. So do we have something in place that if there's something like that happened, like Wilson Contreras was in the lineup, but then so had you to pick someone that wasn't in the lineup and then they end up starting?
Yeah, they're not off the bench then.
Technically,
no, but
it's a technicality.
I would say he would be off the bench.
There you go.
You're not going to give him, but you're not going to give him the pinch hitter 10 points.
I think you do.
That's why
it's a pinch hit home run.
I think you're drunk.
This is
it's a pinch hit home run.
It's not.
Yes, it is. He got scratched from the lineup.
He's pinch hitting. Both of you.
He's not in the lineup.
He's playing. He's in the lineup.
No, he's not.
He wouldn't.
He was in the original lineup, but then he got scratched.
No, not that. Wait, I think we're talking about two different things.
He's talking about something different.
I'm talking about this. Let's say Contreras back spasms, gets scratched.
Yeah.
They put in Herrera, okay, or Pozo or whoever, player X. Then
now he's a starter.
That's right. He's not a 10-pointer.
Herrera's the starter.
That's right.
Contreras off the bench, though, would be a 10.
Okay, never mind Contreras off the bench. He's freaking hurt.
Okay, well, Herrera would be a starter in that situation.
What Carey's trying to say is if he picks Walker, like let's say Burley pulls a hammy in warm-ups, Walker steps in and hits a home run, he wants 10 points. No.
He would be a starter then. He's in the starting lineup.
You almost did it. You almost screwed him up enough.
The club has to resubmit the lineup.
Like, never mind Contreras.
Almost. I almost had him.
I didn't about to lose it.
Well, it's okay. I get confused.
It's okay. Clearly, we all do.
All right. Well, then I'm not going there. I'm going.
Wait, you picked it already.
It was under protest. I needed to know the parameters.
You said
you didn't say
we
protest.
He said Walker off the bench for 10.
And then I asked a question. Maybe I have some inside information. You never know. I don't know. You know.
We didn't ask him, is that your final answer?
You didn't ask me.
I didn't know he had to. Bradford. I didn't know he had to.
Technical Tommy here.
There used to be honor in this game.
It used to be. Yeah, give me Walker off the bench.
Good. Good.
You're such a...
All right, Jamie.
I know that if I don't take this guy, he's going to hit one for sure. Contreras.
Oh, wow. He's
Like,
going back
odds tell me he's going to get 15 to 20 this year.
Sure.
So at some point, he's got to run into them.
I don't hate to. I look as the guy who almost got back into the goal scoring contest by just taking Jordan Walker Jordan Walker. That was bad if I took Jordan Walker.
Yeah,
Jordan
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
The bench, though.
You never know.
Hockey guy.
Yeah, hockey guy here. Give me Lars Nootbaar. Bradford.
Well done with the snipe, Staltz. I was thinking Newt as well. The splits are actually pretty even when it comes to the righty lighter. I do see, though, a bit more liftoff coming from the lefty batters. So if Lars is out of play, call me Mr. Predictable. Let's do Donnie baseball.
Ooh, Brendan Donovan. I don't even think that's predictable. Yeah. I think it's Herrera. All right, it's Fast 9 on 101 ESPN. Freedom Friday continues. Keep sending in your topics. We'll debate them next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-500-5000.
Wednesday night, the Stanley Cup Final is on ESPN. Oilers and Panthers. Pregame at 6:30. Puck drop at 7. Your home for the NHL. 101 ESPN. 101 ESPN. Sports Center.
Liberatore Lighter Showdown in series opener. I'm Bradford Bruns. Your Sports Center update is presented by Saliga Heating and Cooling. After taking 2 of 3 from Baltimore, the Cardinals tackle another American League squad tonight. First pitch between St. Louis and Texas, scheduled for 7:05. Matthew Liberatore makes start number 11, while Jack Leiter opposes Ali Marmol's club. Elsewhere right now, Central leading Chicago, trailing Cincy 6-2. Ice-wise, Edmonton dismisses Dallas 6-3, guaranteeing that Stanley Cup final rematch against Florida. The Sports Center update has been brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling.
Freedom Friday continues here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, our guy Bradford Bruns doing an exceptional job today, filling in for Andrew Marsh. And Bradford has the latest topic for us.
From the 618, let's take it back to the rink. Jamie, what would you say about the idea of shifting one Dylan Holloway, depending on health status, to second-line center a la Booch, but with better results?
Yeah, I kind of hate the idea, to be honest. I hated Booch at center as well. I love Booch. Hell of a player, great guy, lots of fun.
You said at center.
I just didn't like him playing center, and neither did Jim Montgomery. In fact, Monty's very first day with the team in the lobby of the hotel said, yeah, Booch is not going to be playing center anymore.
We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah. So I just think Dylan Holloway, with the speed that he has down the wing and the separation ability that he has, I don't know if it's not that I don't want him playing center. I think you find a really good puck distributing center, and that Kyrou Holloway line with Shen was lethal last year. And so imagine if you find another, maybe a little more offensive centerman that can play with those guys. It becomes a nightmare at that point. I just don't know if I want to put Holloway at center ice. He's never really played at the NHL level. He hasn't played center since college. So even though he's played before, it's not like he hasn't developed in the NHL as a centerman yet, and that might actually set him back a little bit.
More from the world of the pucks from the 618 as well. Fun but sobering finish to this past season, obviously, for the note. However, Jamie,
speak for yourself.
Oh, either or. Jamie, can you give us a few AHL prospects we should be paying attention to? Also, maybe a little bit more on the development of a Zach Dean, types like that.
Yeah, Zach Dean, he took some steps backwards last year. I don't know, where he fits in right now. It's pretty tough. He's playing center ice, and as of right now, I guess Foxa is technically going to be an unrestricted free agent, but if you re-sign him, you've got your 4 guys deep down the middle. And if you add another centerman in the offseason and maybe you move Sonny to a wing or whatever happens there, as far as Zach Dean's concerned, I think he's still got a long ways to go to become a full-time NHLer. Dalibor Dvorsky looks like he's got more time left in the American Hockey League. His performance at the World Championships was less than desirable. Not really his fault. You're putting the best guys from each country out there playing in that tournament, but his particular country is not very deep, that team, yet he still had a hard time finding ice time. And again, he's playing that center ice position, which is a tough one to learn for a young guy. I think he's going to be turning 20 here soon, so he's still a baby for all intents and purposes. I'm excited to see Lindstein on defense, watching him play and move. He reminds me a lot of Philip Broberg. And if you've got another one of those guys coming, up the pipeline, makes you think that the future's pretty promising, especially on the blue line.
This feels, I'm going to say it, obligatory, but we have to ask, as we sit here getting ready to enter June, Dvorsky, viability as far as opening the campaign next year. You obviously had some ups and downs, even post-regular season for the Blues. Quick exit, obviously, for his nation. Give me the odds right now that he is there with the parent club at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, not great. But, look, a summer away training, doing all these things, you never know. I would say he's probably a middle of the year call up. And then, see what he does with that opportunity and go from there. That'd be my professional opinion.
There you go. Anthony, we're going to keep the feet moving here, literally. We talked about it a couple of minutes ago prior to the update. Beautiful weather coming up, and G-Dog from the Snake Pit recognizes as much. Would you mind sharing your approximate 5K figure? Because I believe he's preparing as well. He wants some motivation.
Oh, boy. I wouldn't ask Anthony then.
I mean, yeah. It seems like
Anthony's a pro at this now.
He is.
I have one
He's gonna run
under
several
my
marathons
belt.
now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Several marathons? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd pay. I'd pay.
To watch me run
any of us run
several marathons.
Marathon, just one.
No chance.
Tell you what, did a lot of research on shin splints. After apparently, if you tie your shoes a little too tight, you think you're doing yourself a service. You're not. Okay. Because then once that shin hits, the foot hits the ground, and you still got it flexed. How was it good?
Pain?
How was it good? I don't know. 30 seconds in before my right shin just locked up, and that was about it. Ouch. Yeah. And I prayed that my daughter would just take breaks from time to time. And she did, fortunately, because she saw pain in Dad's eyes. Yeah, you probably have much more training than I do in terms of the 5K, because I did none. My daughter asked me. I said, absolutely. And that was it. And then the next thing you know, I'm
You didn't even hit the treadmill?
Didn't even hit the treadmill.
You're a beast, though, Anthony.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I wasn't not going to cross that finish line with her.
Correct.
And
Can we patch BK in? He's still a running man, right?
Yeah, I'm sure BK's got a lot of running technique and things like that. I do not. I just decided to eat a very large breakfast and get through it the best I can without crying.
Okay.
And I accomplished one of those.
It worked. Well, you got through it.
Yeah, I did. Absolutely.
Without crying.
Had a lot of orthopedic issues. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, there you go. But good luck to you, G-Dog. Good luck to you. I'm sure you're going to be fine. You're a professional.
You got it.
Yep.
You can do it.
All right, more Freedom Friday coming at you next on 101 ESPN.
We want to hear from you. Text us at 314-399-9646 on the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation text line on 101 ESPN.
Starting today, right now, in about 15 minutes, the St. Louis Sports Show will be underway, located at the Doubletree Hilton in Chesterfield, and it is an amazing event, especially if you're into sports memorabilia and getting signatures from former players and current players. Grant Fuhr set to take the stage there around 4 p.m. as well. Former Blues goaltender, Hall of Fame goaltender, unbelievable dude. He'll talk to you about anything. So get down there. Tell him I said hi, too, if you have a chance to talk to Grant Fuhr. We were great teammates and had a lot of fun together. Ryan O'Reilly, former Blue, he's also going to be there. What a great opportunity to get down there and talk to Ryan O'Reilly and ask him how things are going and just check in on him. Awesome dude, we know that. Matt Hughes from the UFC is going to be there. He's got a great story to tell, and he has no problem telling you all about his ups and downs in the UFC. And also St. Louis City SC, their goalie, Roman Berkey, will be there. Fantastic dude. Great opportunity for you to get his signature. Again, there's going to be lots of card vendors, tons of memorabilia. The St. Louis Ambush are going to be there. And let's not forget that tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, Wayno's International Cuisine food truck will be there serving excellent food. And if you want a discount, 30% off a signing, punch in Fastlane30 at checkout when you go to the website. That website, stlsportshow.com. Again, you get 30% off any player signing. All you do is punch in Fastlane30 at checkout. Again, that website, stlsportshow.com.
is The Fast Lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN.
It is Freedom Friday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. It's been a fun day already. Still got half the show to go. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you want to text us a Freedom Friday topic, something that you want to discuss, including Carey running his knee, his embattled knees, right into the desk.
That was dumb.
You're all right.
Looked like it hurt.
It did.
You'll be just fine. Bradford Bruns, what's our latest topic?
CD, we need your knees and everything else to be okay for this one. From the association and from Marsh's college program on the text line. Who do you have in the NBA Finals? I guess that's contingent on the Knicks making this even more of a series.
Yeah, I would like to. I like OKC. I mean, they have been outstanding. Really, they've been this way for the past couple of years. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is outstanding. I like the camaraderie that they have. I don't know if people watch. I know people don't. Nobody watches basketball. That's a lie. Stop it. A lot of people watch basketball. But when you watch their post-game interviews, it's like 3 or 4 or 5 guys generally with the person that's speaking. They're all like just having a good time. So they've been a good team to watch for the last couple of years. With that being said, if the New York Knicks find a way to win Game 6, find a way to win Game 7, and make it into the NBA Finals, it's going to be crazy. And it's going to be hard to not root for the New York Knicks to win a championship. Been a while since they won one. So yeah, it's gonna be. And Jalen Brunson is, I don't understand. Like he's different in a good way. He just gets buckets, and it's not always pretty, but it is effective and it's good. So.
Number one, MSG is, without question, still the cathedral of basketball. Can you imagine having an NBA Finals taking place there? And then, two, Carey, you referenced Brunson, of course, on the heels of that superstar conversation. Now, here's somebody from a physicality standpoint. Dude is under 6'4", maybe even under 6'3", but the way in which he plays, he may not have the outright charisma, but where does he play? He plays in Gotham. Is he a superstar on the rise?
Man, it's hard to put a I don't know. Because watching him play, like he was in Dallas, he was the number 2 guy. He's never been the number 1 guy. When he got to New York, I don't think people expected him to be what he is. And even when they got Cat, I don't think they expected him to be what he is. He's not explosive. He's not extremely quick. He's not extremely athletic. But dude scores buckets, and it's hard to understand how. He's a lefty. You try to force him right, he still gets shots up. Like, dude is different, and he knocks down threes. So, is he a superstar? If they win a championship, it's going to be a lot of Jalen Brunson, more Jalen Brunson jerseys in the New York area than there are now.
I can tell you on Tuesday, being there, being present at Gamebridge, the Knicks contingent, the number of Brunson jerseys far outweighed. I mean, it wasn't even close to Towns, and maybe that's not a fair comparison, but it was Brunson and basically nobody else. So
you went to Indiana?
On Tuesday, yeah.
Nice.
He told us that
Pacers
yesterday.
and Knicks. That's okay. You had a Lamar Jackson moment. It's okay. I get it.
I heard it.
Well, we just came into the segment saying how much you don't listen.
But I listened to that, and you didn't listen to him.
Maybe I wasn't here. That's a convenient excuse.
That's okay.
You were definitely here yesterday.
You have to very much be present for this one because the 217 says, Stoltz, would you care to share the background, that origin story about your repo dealings?
Oh, man.
He told me something yesterday. I was like, wow. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Is that the one where he repoed a car with the baby in it?
No, that wasn't. I never did that.
I was like, what?
Why didn't you play just for a second?
No.
Carey's eyes they lit up. Wow. That would have been so much fun.
I'm sorry, but a baby in the car.
Yeah, it's accidental. It wouldn't be intentional.
It's not like you're taking the baby.
I know.
It's not like you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Right. Now look at you two, all buddies. Tell you what, so Jamie told the stories about his front teeth coming through his lip, and Carey talked about basically not knowing where the hell he was. A couple of hits. My story does not include athletic prowess,
but it does include.
That wasn't
being shot
you
had
at.
to be athletic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we used to have the car keys, an extra set, but the people that decided not. So what happens is they
So
just
you were working for a rental car company.
I was working for a rental car company in a suburb of Detroit. That does not mean that's the only suburb that you would have to go get the cars back. Plenty of times they had to go right into the city, where a cop told me one time after he pulled me over, asked me why I stopped. I said, well, I stopped because you pulled me over. He goes, no, why did you stop at that light?
Were you on Woodward?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
I told you that story with Brett Hull. We drive home down Woodward, and red light stops. He wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not stopping here. I go, well, get pulled over. He said, at least we'll have the cops with us.
It's like, son, keep on going.
I was like, okay.
He's like, where are you coming from?
As you
I'm like,
were.
I was working because I worked at the radio station at the time. Anyways, getting back to the rental car. So a lot of times people would not pay their bills. Their credit card will be declined, and we'd make, several calls. Hey, we're going to need that vehicle back. They never answered. Never called back. Never said, oh, I forgot. Nope. So we'd have to, I don't know what the time period was, but we'd have to go get the vehicle. There's always two guys. Me and I think a guy named Jeremy is his name.
Oh, boy.
I like to forget those names, or forget those days. So, yeah, we always used to pick, I told this yesterday, I always used to pick out an SUV, the largest, best-looking SUV that we had in the fleet, and go get the rental cars. Sometimes we would just hop right in the car, which was often trashed and smelling of all kinds of different things.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and, fire up the vehicle and go. Typically no issues. The sea was angry that day, though, my friends. I hop out. The guy was on his front porch. Not happy to see us. Most times they would hide, thinking that we're, federal agents coming to get the car. That worked. This time it did not. He looked at me dead in my face. He goes, I need that car. I'm like, it's not yours, sir. You can pay for it. You rent it again, but we're going to have to take this. He goes, I need it for work. Like, I'm not having this conversation. He goes, you take that car, I'm going to put a bullet hole in it. And me being stupid at 22, wherever the hell I was, I go, well, you got to do what you got to do. Open up the car door, get in, start to fire it up. Sure enough, he shot the trunk.
How much did you crap at that point?
We had to clean up more than just the car.
Yeah. Did you hammer the gas at that point?
Yeah. I mean, it was full, but I was praying that it had gas in it. I mean, like you turn it on, it's like
you get 20 feet.
Yep. He put right by the gas tank too. I'm like, oh geez. Sped out of there. I'm like shaking.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, this is not. I'm about done with this job. Yeah. Most of the time though, it's just whatever was left in the vehicle. Videos, Jamie, that
Yeah.
maybe you
DVDs,
family videos,
and things like that.
Yeah,
different things to use
blow.
Yeah, recreational stuff. One time, a guy chased me in another vehicle with his wife. Told CD this story as well.
Yeah,
and again, me being kind of fed up with the whole job, he pulled up. We're on the road. So I figure, all right, I'm about to lose this guy. So I decided to flick him off.
Oh, no.
Stopped at the red light. I'm like, oh, crap. He gets out of the car. He's shouting at me or whatever. I get out of the car. I'm like, well, this is the day I die. I look over. I swear he was a linebacker for the Lions or something because this guy was massive. Fortunately, he looked at me and goes, you're just a kid. You ain't worth it. Go fast lane yourself, he told me. I go, okay, well, thank you. I quit the next day.
Oh, I bet.
I'm like, I'm done with this.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Those are some of the cleaner stories. But,
that is
awesome. It was an experience.
That
it was an
is
experience.
awesome.
Yep. I got a radio. I think I got my first radio job within 3 months, thankfully. Yeah.
Can't imagine.
Oh, great. Could still be out there, Jamie. All right.
Could be you.
Could be you. It's Fast on 101 ESPN. We've got the Gauntlet coming up next.
Start your day with the morning after on 101 ESPN. Get in the know first on everything St. Louis sports with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, and Martin Kilcoy. Listen to TMA weekday mornings from 7 to 11 a.m. on 101 ESPN. The morning after is presented by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. WXOS, WXOS HD1 East St. Louis. 101 ESPN is driven by Auto Centers Nissan, home of the lifetime warranty and 30-day return. Two pros and one average show. You're listening to The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling. 4 warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
404, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Bradford Bruns in for Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. And let's visit with Josh right now in the Gauntlet. What's up, Josh?
Hey, how you doing, Tony?
Doing good. What are you guys doing?
Listen,
what are you doing?
I was trying.
Josh, sorry. Carey and Jamie are just
find my
goofing around.
So I reached down, and now Jamie is like grabbing at my headphones, and I'm getting choked back coming up. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I actually wasn't trying to. I was trying to move the phone, but the headphones, then the phone fell off, so I reached quickly. It was like,
and so
pulling the leash on Carey.
What the hell are you doing?
I never know what she's doing up there.
I don't know what she's doing up there.
Oh, my
Meatloaf.
I'm sorry, Carey.
All right. Josh, we apologize. Thank you to this chaotic program. You have you don't have the entire board available. So you have Carey, Jamie, and me. Who would you like to take on today in round one?
All right, so I didn't expect to get picked today. So I just saw Carey at QT last week and said hi to him. And I thanked him for beating me previously. So let's run it back.
Revenge spot.
I did see Josh at QT there in St. Charles, St. Peter's.
Carey Davis.
Good luck, Josh.
You too.
All right, so Carey's going to head into the cone of silence right now. And Josh, go ahead and tell Bradford to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Bradford.
What category did Carey beat you in?
I'm sure it was football.
Okay. What are you hoping for?
I would like random. I'm usually pretty good at that.
Well,
Bradford.
Josh, we have a not-so-great surprise for you. Pigskin, it's football.
Yeah.
Yeah, go figure.
All right, well, hey.
I thought he was going to say go fast lane yourself.
Look, hold on. Carey has lost at football before. It happens. Sometimes just you get out of the wheelhouse a little bit. Thank you, Bradford. You get out of your wheelhouse. Bradford and I had a botched exchange there on the launch codes here. All right. 4 questions, all football related, all worth 2 points, Josh, unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Do it.
All right, here we go. Ooh, this looks like it's a Battlehawk theme.
Heavy.
Josh, do you like the Battlehawks?
I do. I can't say that I follow them super closely, but I watch some games, so I think I have a puncher's chance.
All right, here we go. St. Louis Battlehawks have only lost 2 games so far this season. They lost to the DC Defenders and which other team?
I don't think options are going to help. So I'm just going to go with, I think it's either Renegades or Brahmas. I'm going to go with the Renegades.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, Josh. Question 2. The St. Louis Battlehawks are currently riding a blank game winning streak.
Can you tell me what the record is?
No.
Good try, though.
I like the effort.
They were 2-2, and they won them all. Okay, 7-2 or 8-2. I'm going to go 6. I think they're 8-2. So I'm going to go 6. Final answer.
All right, Josh, here you go. The St. Louis Battlehawks have the best record in the UFL at 7-2 on the season. 3 other teams are right behind them. It's that kind of day. At 6-3, those 3 squads are the DC Defenders, the Birmingham Stallions, and which other team?
Again, I think it's the Brahmas or the Renegades, but I don't know which. I'm going to go Renegades again.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, Josh, last question for you. Which team eliminated the Battlehawks in the semifinals of the UFL playoffs last season?
Again, options aren't going to help. So I'm just going to go with the Defenders.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right. Let's bring back Carey from the cone of silence. Josh, you seem disgusted.
Well, I'm playing disc golf, too, and I had a terrible throw while I was talking to you. So
okay, all right. Yeah, fair
all
enough.
that on top of the poor trivia answers. And,
all right.
You know.
Good. Yeah.
Carey, welcome back.
Hey, fellas. How's
Your category today is football.
Hey, all right.
You like football, do you?
I love a little foosball.
All right.
It's the sport of kings.
Football.
Better than diamond.
What movie?
Football.
Oh, that's oh yeah, I know that one. Absolutely. That's Wildcats.
There you go.
Wildcats.
Wow.
Tell that Wildcat behind the wheel to keep it above 50.
That's a different document.
That's a different one. Carey, better pack a lunch, son.
All right, question 1. Boy, you got Any Given Sunday and Wildcats in one show. How about that? One show.
Only here.
In the fast lane. Yeah. The St. Louis Battlehawks, Carey, have only lost 2 games so far this season. They lost to the DC Defenders and which other team?
Oh, man. Was it Arlington? It wasn't San Antonio. It wasn't Michigan. I think it was Arlington. I was at the game. Damn. Was I at the game? I think I was at the game. Arlington, final answer.
Question 2. St. Louis Battlehawks are currently riding a blank game winning streak.
Oh, damn. Listening is very beneficial because Coach Beck actually said it yesterday.
Yes, he did.
I think it's a 6-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken. They were 2-2. They're going for win number 8. Let's go 6. Final answer.
Okay, CD. The Battlehawks do have that best record in the UFL. It's 7-2 thus far. 3 other teams right behind them at 6-3. Those 3 teams are the Defenders, tonight's opponent, the Birmingham Stallions, and which other squad?
God bless it. I ain't keep up with the standings. Well, options.
Those options are the Michigan Panthers, Arlington Renegades, or Houston Roughnecks.
Ooh. Let's go. This is a complete guess because I have no clue. Roughnecks, final answer.
Okay.
All right. Last question for you. Which team eliminated the Battlehawks in the semifinals of the UFL playoffs last season?
San Antonio, final answer. You need the whole team?
Mm-hmm.
Brahmas. I call them Bahamas, but Brahmas.
Got it.
The Bahamas.
I actually didn't.
My favorite spot to visit is the Bahamas.
Yeah. All right, let's go over these. Josh versus CD in football. And this is a revenge spot for Josh. Let's go right down the list here. The St. Louis Battlehawks have only lost 2 games so far this season. They lost to the DC Defenders and which other team? You both said the Renegades. Correct answer is
Arlington Renegade.
Nice job, both of you.
Renegade.
Neither of you needed the options on this. We got a 2-2 tie. The St. Louis Battlehawks are currently riding a blank game winning streak. Carey said 6. Josh said 6. Correct answer is
It's been the drive for 5.
5. They're going for 6 tonight.
Damn it, man.
Still got a 2-2 tie. The St. Louis Battlehawks have the best record in the UFL at 7-2 on the season. 3 other teams are right behind them at 6-3. Those three teams are the DC Defenders, the Birmingham Stallions, and which other team? With the options, Carey said the Renegades.
I'd say Roughnecks.
Roughnecks, excuse me. Sorry. I could barely read my writing
which
here.
answer is right? That's what I said.
With the options, CD said Roughnecks. Josh was the one that said Renegades without the options. Correct answer is
the Michigan Panthers.
The Michigan Panthers.
That's why I was like, it doesn't matter, CD.
The Michigan Panthers. Still 2-2. Comes down to this. Which team eliminated the Battlehawks in the semifinals of the UFL playoffs last season? Josh, without the options, said the DC Defenders. Carey, without the options, said the San Antonio Bahamas.
The Bahamas.
The Bahamas. One of you is correct. Josh.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
It was the San Antonio
Brahmas. Bahamas.
That beat our Battlehawks last year in the playoffs. Josh, he got you 4-2 today. Revenge was not on the menu. I'm sorry, pal.
That's all right. Carey's a nice guy. Rather lose to him than, some other people.
Some jerk.
Like Anthony.
Like Jamie.
Appreciate it, Josh.
Thanks, Josh. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for playing.
All right, guys.
All right, take care.
Good job, Josh.
Nice job, Carey.
Thank you.
Way to
boy,
go,
Carey.
man. Way to go.
I did see him. I saw him at the gas station last week. He's like, "Hey, Carey, you beat me in the gauntlet a little while ago." I'm like, oh, sorry about that.
Sure, you've been resting on that.
Yeah.
Sorry
you keep thinking about
nice
that.
to meet you, though. He's a good dude.
Well, good. Good dude that's playing some disc golf, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, he had a bad shot. Not happy. He ain't happy right now at all. But
it happens.
Hey, at least he's outside. He's enjoying this nice St. Louis weather.
Yeah, at least somebody is.
Absolutely.
You got 2 more hours, Jamie.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We're in the second half now, pal.
Zip it.
You zip it. Zip it.
Stalter, you're the MCU guy. Would you say that we're in the end game now?
Oh,
appreciate
yes,
that.
I like that. Of course I do. Absolutely.
Thunderbolts, baby.
Well done. I haven't seen that yet. Have you?
It is on the to-do list along with so many other things.
Right, of course, naturally. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. It is Freedom Friday, so continue to send in your topics. Bradford will select another one for us next on 101 ESPN.
The Spread Zone, where sports betting meets reckless optimism, questionable logic, and the occasional stroke of genius. With hosts Anthony Stalter, Tim McKernan, and Scott Rizzuto. Check out the latest from the Spread Zone at 101ESPN.com or the 101 mobile app. The Spread Zone is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. Strap yourself in. You're in the fast lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. We got Bradford Bruns behind the desk today in place of Andrew Marsh, and he's got the next Freedom Friday topic for us.
Gentlemen, I want you guys to picture yourselves back in your glory days on the links when we were playing golf maybe a little more regularly.
Okay.
So the 801 asks, which is better, piping that pure iron shot or, for that matter as well, the drive down the middle?
It's definitely piping that iron shot. Like when you get a good iron, you get it good, solid with your iron in, it feels good, it looks good, it sounds good. Now, if you hit it clean off the tee and you smoke it, it does send just a wave of thrill and feels through your body.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the drive because I feel like when you're on the tee box, your foursome is all standing there watching everybody's drive.
Right.
And when you hammer a drive, where those drives where you swing and it feels like you didn't even hit the ball, like you just whipped it and it's gone.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to appreciate the drive. Where when you get your irons, you're all around the course. Different people are standing in different places.
But the reason why I say the iron shot because I think it's harder. Like, and if you hit it cleanly and you hit it up onto the green. That's
for you.
That's my
Why
opinion.
are you shaming me over what I prefer?
I gave you my opinion.
Yeah, but then I gave you mine. But
so you hit a you.
Jamie has a hard time with that.
He does. He doesn't like being told what to do ever.
Well, I wasn't being told what to do.
He doesn't like hearing anything.
That's not true, by the way. There are certain times it's okay. But you keep trying to push your iron on me.
I'm trying to push my iron on you, man. I'm just saying. So I will ask you this. How often do you hit clean shots off the tee more often than you do with your irons? I would. Most of us would probably be yes.
I'm not going to answer because he's just going to tell me what I'm supposed to say.
I'm with you.
Like you hit it cleanly with that damn iron. You're like, ooh.
For this time.
Yeah.
And you hit it up on the green and you're right there. You're like, damn, that was a good shot.
I would say a driver, too.
You know, Carey, you're right.
I'm just my opinion.
Jamie, I would say a driver as well.
Whatever. You have your own damn opinion.
Which iron? Now, again, it's...
That's the whole point, isn't it? Huh?
It's been a while since I golfed, but what's your best iron? Like, what's your go-to?
It's not a go-to, but like when I have
the one you hit the best.
For me, it's probably a pitching wedge.
Okay.
I'll open the face up a little bit for more loft or whatever, and close the face, punch it. I can really hit a pitching wedge very well.
For whatever reason, like 8.
Me too.
8. For whatever reason, even if I know this is going to be smoked,
short,
I'm probably going to still hit it just because I have more confidence. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but I trust it. Mm-hmm. It feels better in my hands.
I'm with you.
And I hit, okay. It's going to keep going, but damn it, it felt good and sounded good.
Or it's 20 yards short. But I hit it clean.
I hit it clean.
Yeah.
Mine's an 8 as well. Bradford?
Fortunately, I don't have length issues. Off the tee, that is, but precision is an issue when it comes to the iron. So
there you go.
The 8.
8?
8.
Yeah.
All right.
The old snowman.
8 is enough.
Yep.
All right. Moving on. Cardinals and Rangers in action at 7:05 tonight. Liberatore Leiter is your mound pairing. But guys, the 618 would love to know, given the recent run of success for this team over the month of May, how much has that impacted your confidence in Ali Marmol?
Oh, there's a spicy one.
That's the extension. That's the next extension that gets signed.
Oh,
you know?
Wow.
Ali.
No chance.
Yeah.
Don't you have to see how he does in the postseason?
Nope.
Make the postseason.
Don't you have to make the postseason and then do something in the postseason?
No, Albert did that.
Oh, clearly. Of course. Yeah, right.
Now he's getting it.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Damn ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I apologize. What's your opinion again, sir?
We'll match up. Look, Ali has done a great job. Ali's done a great job of managing through a bad April and getting his team to still come together in May. And when it comes to managers over 162 game season, that's what the manager needs to do. Manager needs to galvanize the team through bad stretches, and it just so happened to be that their bad stretch came in April. There will probably be another bad stretch at some point. It's just inevitable in baseball. Ali needs to manage through those bad stretches. He needs to manage through injuries, and so far he's done that very well this season. A manager from a tactical standpoint, it matters most in the postseason. It's not 162 games now. It's a short season. Your moves now matter greatly. Over 162 games, he's going to have some bullpen decisions that go wrong. He's going to have some bullpen decisions that go right. Over 162, you want that to be over half. They're not going to be perfect. I hate to tell you this. There's somebody right now in one of our counties that are like, he should be perfect. It's not going to happen. Yeah. Not going to happen. Lineup decisions are based on health of certain players, rest for certain guys, mental and otherwise, much more so than like the tactical advantage. When it comes to the playoffs, though, that's when it really matters to have a tactical manager.
I agree. I think Ollie's done a great job, but I think your job is much easier when your team is playing better. I mean, it's crazy how that works. Like, you get a lot of flack when your team stinks and they're blaming you, but the players have to play better. And now, Jamie, you're joking, I think, but we don't give credit to the manager because we're like, the players are the ones that. But it should go both ways. You can't blame the manager when the players are stinking. And that was my whole point. The last few years, the players haven't done a great job, and he's been receiving the bulk of the blame for that. But it's not like he goes out there and pitches. It's not like he goes out there and hits. He's not playing second base or shortstop or any other position. And if they're not playing well, that's not solely on the manager, on the coaching staff, or the coaching staff. That's on the players. So now that they are playing well, it can't be solely on the coaching staff that they are. It's the players. They got to be better, and they have been.
Guys from Tanisha, loyal listener and viewer, checking in from the Snake Pit. Which of the major sports, bit broad here, which of the major sports do you find, quite honestly, the most boring to watch at home? So from your comfy confines, but you're still not feeling it.
The NBA.
At home, NBA is...
NBA is bad.
I think it's better on TV than it is in person.
Let's do this. Let's go through the 4 sports and see where this takes us, okay? Football, live or on TV? I say
Both.
TV.
TV.
I say TV. I think it's exceptionally better on TV.
I like it live.
With all the stops and everything, or the red zone at home?
I like to watch. Like, I like to watch the actual. So when I'm live, especially like when I'm calling games, like for me, it's more engaging. Like, I can actually focus on what the hell is taking place and what should be going on. So it probably turns more into like coaching than it does watching. So for me, it's live.
Okay.
It's live for sure. And honestly, my opinion here is colored by the fact that, yes, in 2000, being on the scene at the Dome, Ricky Prohl, back corner of the end zone, touchdown versus Tampa Bay, nothing replicates that. Being there live, that particular momentum, the excitement. Game. Yes, but honestly, I will take it over to the regular season as well. Rather be live, yeah.
Okay, interesting. So Jamie and I are right on that one. Hockey.
What the hell?
Hockey. I think hockey's better live.
Live, for sure.
Live, marginally, though. Marginally.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Baseball. Live. It's way better live.
Time out. I got this question.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I'm going to ask him a question, but I want to look at you. The hell? You don't like the stoppages in football, but you'd rather have the stoppages in baseball?
Different now. A little different.
They stop every 30 seconds.
When I'm at home and I'm watching the Red Zone channel, there is no stoppages.
I don't understand you guys.
Hey, when I'm at home and I'm watching the Red Zone, there is no stoppages. It's me, Scott Hansen, telling me what the play is going to be before he shows me the highlight. Me getting ticked off at Scott.
He just knows. It's not. He hasn't looked at it.
It's like Romo.
Yeah.
He is.
The Saints haven't scored in 4 drives. Let's go out to the New Orleans. Oh, they scored. Scott. Anyways, there's no stoppages. But when I'm at home in baseball, you got commercials and everything. When I'm at the ballpark, yeah, there's stoppages, but they got different fun things going on. It's a beautiful day, hopefully. Yeah. You enjoy the scenery. It's different.
Yeah, I'd say baseball live, too.
Yeah. Carey?
And live.
Okay.
I'm actually going to run a little counterintuitive on this one, okay? Because I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of all counterintuitive. Yesterday we allocated that. Reallocated. No, but I don't love all of the, and that's fine. Maybe from a purist standpoint, it's counterintuitive, but I don't love all of the ancillary noise and activities. I am a baseball nerd, a baseball geek at heart, and I want to be solely locked in on what is exactly in front of me. I don't need the chants. Sorry, children. I don't need all of that. I want the game itself, and that's it.
Okay, interesting.
But then you want to be in the stadium for football.
I know it's a little different. That's why I said it's counterintuitive. Just a difference.
No, Bradford, I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, that's all.
All right, basketball. I don't know, Jamie.
person.
You can't just say nothing.
It ripped my eyeballs out.
Okay, Carey.
In person.
In person, but it's close, honestly.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it on TV.
I like both. I mean, but
March
if I can
Madness
watch it in
on TV.
person, I think most sports are better in person.
I have an answer. It's better live.
Okay.
I've seen a couple of NBA games in person, and it's
greater appreciation.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I completely forgot the question,
I don't
Bradford.
think we solved anything.
Listen, which is the most boring?
I'm going to land the plane.
Isn't it?
The most boring to watch on TV? Is that what it was?
Yes.
I say basketball.
I say baseball.
I might agree. Baseball.
Bradford?
I have a vote.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Everybody has a
Bradford. Are
voice
you
here.
kidding me? Yeah.
Come on, Bradford.
I don't want to
Jeez.
look.
Don't let Anthony
I don't want
intimidate
to
you.
look you
Don't look him in his
the
eyes.
eyes when I give my answer.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
look
want to
him in
give
the
it
eyes.
to you.
You can look at us,
You can
Bradford.
gaze into my eyes as much as you
Well,
want.
I don't know after this.
Even when I say pucks, regrettably,
You say hockey?
by this much.
Oh.
my goodness. I'm so sorry.
Clearly.
Sorry.
Wow.
No sense.
Now Jamie's like, now you don't have.
Now.
Yeah, you can leave.
Voice.
Grant, get in here.
You already fired Grant 9 times.
He
Not
keeps
coming
coming
in here.
back, though.
Our Sports Six Pack is
The guy
next.
in Office Space.
Very true. Our Sports Six Pack is next. Basically, Freedom Friday continued here on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-500-5000.
Now listen to 101 ESPN On Demand. Get caught up on all our shows and podcasts at 101ESPN.com or on the 101 mobile app. 101 ESPN podcasts are presented by the Schaefer Door Company. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Cards hit the Lone Star State. I'm Bradford Bruns with a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet plus Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Tonight at 7:05, St. Louis and Texas open their 3-game series at Globe Life Field. Matthew Liberatore draws this start as he seeks win number 4 of 2025. Rangers skipper Bruce Bochy, meanwhile, turns to rookie Jack Leiter. Hoops, New York raced past Indiana yesterday, extending that Eastern Conference Finals matchup. Earlier, Fastlane guest Charles Barkley assessed a down performance from Pacers star Tyrese Halliburton.
I'm old school. I want to see you be aggressive. Now, Halliburton's a different animal. That was kind of just a free game for them last night. Better be aggressive tomorrow. This is game. Like, if they don't win tomorrow, they got 0 chance of winning Game 7 back in New York.
And be sure to check out that full conversation on 101ESPN.com following the Fast Lane. This Sports Center update was driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
You're in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is refreshed by the Finnish Long Drink, Finland's best-kept secret. A sparkling citrus beverage made with real liquor. Visit thelongdrink.com. Must be 21 years of age or older. Drink responsibly.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Bradford Bruns continuing to kill it as the pinch hitter for Andrew Marsh today. We've got our Sports Six-Pack right now. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Question 1, please.
Question number 1.
Okay, guys, from the 618, you have $10,000 to spend to blow on a vacation.
I'm rich.
Where are you going? Go.
10 grand.
Oh, I'm not going by myself.
Do I have kids?
It's
the family.
It's whatever you want.
Separate rooms.
Sure. Sorry. I lost myself for a second.
The kids are young enough.
10 grand's not that much, man.
I'll probably take them back
That's what I'm saying.
to
How
Disney
many people
World.
is it? In pocket the rest? The $10 that you have left over?
As you and I were looking at each other, you got there. You're like,
the $10 that you have left over?
When we went, Lincoln was an infant. He couldn't enjoy any of that.
Hang on, stop. I know you love your kids.
I do.
I love my kids.
I love my kids dearly.
But I didn't think for 1 second I was taking them on this vacation.
That's why I asked.
Well, I did. I'm a family man.
You get to go, you and your lovely wife.
Your kids can come and stay at Uncle Jamie's for a week.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now what are you doing?
Probably buying season tickets to the Falcons and going back and forth.
That's not a vacation.
It is for me.
It's not. Come on.
Sounds
Okay,
pretty
fine.
cool.
Fine. Hawaii. Thank you, Bradford. All right, Hawaii. There you go. You guys excited?
Are you mad that we want something
excited?
You and your wife to go on vacation and leave
Hawaii.
the kids here for
and
7
you brought
days.
Kristen to a Falcons game. What kind of a sick torture is that?
She loves football.
Torture.
Seriously.
At least take her to see a better team.
Fine. And who would that be? Should we go to Pittsburgh?
You can.
Where they hike the ball to nobody because they don't have a quarterback?
Why are you mad at him?
He's upset.
Because I'm projecting.
I
His
know.
team.
Yeah.
And then he gets
I'll get
mad
to you
at
in a
me.
second.
Stoltz, I'm with you, buddy.
Thank you, Bradford.
I
thought this was my vacation.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I once went with the younger brother. We drove all the way to the ATL to watch Tavon Austin and company for crying out
loved
loud.
it.
Okay,
Did you
loved it.
Bradford, that was
No.
But then what is it's a bad point.
Why can't, all right, Bora Bora.
You know what? When you do that, I get disgusted.
He's so angry.
How about Mars? Call Elon. That's what's next.
He's so angry.
Yeah,
I am. I'm very angry right now.
Actually, hang on a second. I'm going to take that $10,000 back, and you can just go screw yourself.
Yeah.
I had my vacation. It was already planned.
Yeah, I know. You're good.
To Atlanta, season tickets.
I said Disney World.
And then we said without the kids. And then you said, I'll buy season tickets and take my wife.
I love my
every
kids.
other week.
We didn't.
My little guy has not seen Disney World the way it should be.
We're not saying that you don't love your children.
He was in a stroller. You just look it up. What kind of experience is that for a kid?
We were trying to get you to have a vacation.
And then I said it, and you're like, oh, you can't do that.
But that was a terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
I'm going to Greece.
Terrible idea. Have you seen the weather in Greece lately? Have you seen the weather in Greece? That's a terrible idea.
I'm going to Italy.
Yeah, you know they've had an outbreak of all kinds of food problems over there.
Right.
It's a popular destination around here.
Yeah, a little too popular. You know what I mean?
Oh, because
everybody's going to
Falcons is
Italy.
not actually popular.
Everybody's going to Italy. You ruined it. You ruined your vacation.
So spiteful.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Good luck with the salmonella, both of you.
You want the ripcord?
Sorry.
Question number 2.
It's disgusting. Like, I'm going to take the kids. You can't do that, you scumbag. All right, well, cool. I'll do something for myself. Can't do that, you scumbag. Okay. Good. Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go?
We were trying to have a wonderful outing with you and your lovely wife.
I said Hawaii. Hey, you crapped on that vision.
No, you said it after being spiteful. All right, Hawaii. I'm done.
Well, you took away my first 2 options.
Bora Bora. That better?
Yeah. I was just hoping to eventually get to a spot where, you guys appreciated where I was going to go on vacation.
I can't wait for when I see the lovely Kristen Stalter, and I tell her that she's going on vacation to the Atlanta Falcons game.
Hey, you say it right then.
All of the home
You say
games.
it right.
Your
I said
husband
Disney
got
World first.
$10,000, and he's going to spend it on Falcons tickets, and you, the lucky partner of him, get to fly back and forth every Saturday.
To watch old Kirky football.
Bradford, you have my back on this.
I do. Do you want a little itinerary? I mean, you can hit up Hawks, Dream as well, double down. I can give you some intel about the city.
Oh, I can tell you about the city, too. Good luck.
There goes the audience.
Enjoy.
Go ahead, Bradford.
Give me another.
I hope she's listening.
Go ahead, Bradford. I hope so, too. Because she'd be proud that I said Disney
No,
World.
and then she'd be upset. I offered to watch your kids so you guys could actually have a
He's like,
vacation.
no kids? Falcons.
Oh, yeah. Give me season tickets for the Falcons. Really?
Hawaii.
That's where his head went?
So why are you good enough?
Just never mind.
Bora Bora.
I wouldn't send you to Branson right now.
Branson's a lovely place. I've been there.
It is lovely.
Next month, Jamie, youth basketball tournament. Can't wait.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
There we go.
No.
Shifting gears, what, gentlemen, is your favorite sports broadcast call of all time? I'm going to take I don't believe what I just saw off of the board.
Okay.
I'm not really. What is the...
Do You Believe in Miracles was pretty good. Al
Yeah.
Michaels. That's pretty, it's iconic. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's still mad.
That was a great call.
He doesn't care what you say.
We might as well just go. You know, Bradford, let me help out. It's the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN.
I'll still be pissed in 5 minutes.
It's Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. Dodgers and Yankees. Pre-game at 5. First pitch at 6:10. The MLB plays on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey Davis for Genesis of St. Charles, and if you're in need of a vehicle, look no further. Genesis of St. Charles has you covered. They're Missouri's first and only standalone Genesis dealership. Stop in today for the exclusive in-store offers. They have a large selection of new Genesis models in stock, ready for you to take home today. You can experience the luxury service at their brand new facility located at 5601 Veterans Memorial Parkway in St. Peters, right off of Mid Rivers Mall and Highway 70. Let Genesis of St. Charles introduce you to the sweet life of benefits. You don't see the model you want. You don't see the color that you want. You can find it online, and they can help you build your dream Genesis. If you don't want to go in, you have no time, you're a busy person, you don't have the schedule to stop in, you never have to step foot in their facility, you can buy your new Genesis entirely online with clear upfront pricing, including your trade-in, and even have it delivered up to 100 miles from the facility. Genesis owners, you don't have to go in at all. Even when you own the vehicle, let the Genesis service valet come to you. They'll service your vehicle without you ever having to leave home or work. A valet will pick your car up for the vehicle maintenance, then return it to you when it's done. It also has complimentary 3 years or 36,000 miles. Visit them today at the facility in St. Peters or go online at genesisofstcharles.com. Again, that's genesisofstcharles.com.
This is the Fast Lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Freedom Friday continues for another hour 15, so plenty of time to still get in some great Freedom Friday topics for us. Bradford Bruns is at the controls today, and he's got our next Freedom Friday topic.
Guys, for Jamie specifically from the 314, do you see any realistic free agent or UFA options on the table, perhaps to be pursued by the note coming up soon?
Well, the one I've been adamant about is Sam Bennett. I just don't know if he's going to get to free agency. Like, Florida does have some cap space available in the offseason, and he obviously likes playing in Florida. They're obviously a very successful team right now in Florida. It feels like that team just loves each other. I mean, Brad Marchand went in there, and it's funny because I couldn't see Brad Marchand playing anywhere else but Boston. Mm-hmm. Now I have a hard time, not seeing him in Florida. Mm-hmm. Because of the way he's just blended in and the style of game he plays. And
he fits in very well.
Yeah, so I don't know if Florida's going to let Sam Bennett get to unrestricted free agency. If he does, it's going to be because the player wants to explore and see just how much money he can make. But that would be the one for me. Him or Aaron Ekblad, both Panthers players. Imagine putting Aaron Ekblad with Philip Broberg. Forget about it. That would be. You'd have arguably maybe the best top 4 defenseman in the league. It'd be amazing. So those would be my 2 guys. Now, they're not going to come cheap, that's for sure.
What a combination it would be. Guys, I promise I did not submit this one. It came from the 314, courtesy of the text line. Has Giannis played his final game in Milwaukee?
Ooh, that's a very good question. I don't know. I think that they talked about a few weeks ago him being able to explore other options, and generally once a player says that they would like to explore other options, they usually don't stay. And next year is going to be a tough task. Dame Lillard is going to be out with the torn Achilles. He's going to be really carrying the load, by himself, which is part of the reason why they wanted to get Dame. I think it's going to be the NBA is the one thing I will say that they do really well. I think the NFL does it really well as well. Star players don't always stay put. Especially in the offseason, you see some movement where guys go different places, and I think it engages fan bases when they get a star player on their team in the summertime preparing for the upcoming season. So it'll be interesting to see if Giannis stays. I don't have a definitive answer. I would like to see it happen because I would like to see, I'm selfish. I would like to see him. They're going to go somewhere, go to Golden State, give him one last push for a championship. But, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and Carey, I don't necessarily think this is a revisionist history here. I'm not sure what else the Bucks really could have done in the last couple of years to pair him, Giannis that is, with another superstar or somebody in that same stratosphere like a Lillard. Because at that time, you dump Drew Holiday, who was an exceptional player. We see that aging has certainly taken a toll in the last year alone. Middleton, you moved him when he was on the decline. So aside from maybe the head coaching move there, you can have a few quibbles with that.
Weird.
But what else were they going to do?
Yeah, the whole head coaching move was weird when they fired, I can't remember, Adrian, what's his last name? I can't remember.
Beltre.
No, not him.
Crossover artist.
Yeah. When they fired him and he had a winning record. But I don't think the coaching mattered. Because, again, we talk about it all the time. Players have to play, and they did move on from Chris Middleton, who was injured often. They brought in Dame Lillard, and that didn't work out in the beginning. They started to figure some things out, and then Dame is, obviously, like I said, he's hurt for an extended period of time. I don't know what Giannis wants to do, but wherever he goes, he's going to have an opportunity to win a championship.
Let's go to baseball here. Guys, what are your thoughts on the Cardinals coming up having the 5th overall selection in the MLB draft? How critical is it to hit on this one, since usually this organization, you're not in that sort of position?
I'd be lying if I said that I know what person they should go with, but I would lean more toward load up on pitching. This organization has been devoid of top-end pitching talent for a while, mostly because you traded it away to Miami. But if you had guys that were, there's always going to be high-end pitching prospects that are available to you. But the position players, they've done a great job. Randy Flores has done a great job of restocking the farm system with position players, whether that is Mason Wynn or Brandon Donovan now or Ivan Herrera or and Herrera was an international free agent, so maybe I shouldn't include him. But Jordan Walker, you hope that he develops at some point. But they've done a great job of getting those position players. Now, you can never have enough pitching. Restock it with pitching. Is it pivotal that they get this right? Sure. If you don't, then obviously you got to find a late-round gem, and that happens as well. But to me, it should be all about pitching now.
ESPN has their mock draft. They have them taking Eli Willits. What position do you think he plays?
Shortstop.
Second base.
He's a shortstop.
Yeah.
You knew that?
No, I didn't know that just because, shortstops can play anywhere, typically.
Do you need another one?
No, but they could play anywhere typically.
Shortstops. Like Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Utility player.
Yeah.
This guy is crazy.
Shortstops can play second. They can play third. Typically, they play center field.
Shohei Ohtani, another utility player.
He's crazy.
Okay.
This is the thread that just keeps on giving.
I guess so.
It's my turn to be Anthony.
Keep pulling it apart.
Oh, stop it. It's Freedom Friday. You can be free to make your own decisions unless we don't like your vacation spot.
You didn't pick one.
I did pick one.
No, I'm not getting into this again.
That was terrible.
Kristen Stalter, line 2.
That's fine. No, I'd be happy. She'd be happy to know that her husband decided to go back to Disney World.
Let's call her. Freedom Friday. Let's get a caller on here.
No, I know what you do. I know what you guys do. Oh, would you like to go to a Falcons game?
We tried to take the children out of it so that they were...
And I was very uncomfortable with that. I don't like you taking out my children. Okay? I don't want any hypothetical situation where Carey Davis is removing my kids from me.
We were going
Makes
to...
me
They were
feel
going to
uncomfortable.
Uncle Jamie's house for a few days, then Uncle Carey's
part
house.
of the problem.
They could have came right around the corner. Now, that I will agree with.
That's part of the problem, Carey.
That is problem number one.
You know what I mean?
They could have came around the corner to Uncle Carey's house.
Okay, guys? That is somewhat normal.
You ever know? I thought you were going the route of, I got 4 children. They'll watch them. Which honestly, I feel much better. I met your kids. They're fantastic.
How do you think that happened? There's an accident?
I'm pretty sure Carson raised all of them.
It's in play.
Yeah.
It's in play.
She's so responsible.
He's very responsible.
Yeah. Nah, it's fine. All right. Is that it? Let's continue with Freedom Friday. Keep those questions, topic questions coming in. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service tax line. Snake Pit's active and rolling as always. Last hour of the May Freedom Friday coming at you next on 101 ESPN.
Blues hockey is on 101 ESPN.
Get the inside scoop on and off the ice with the Last Minute Blues podcast with Alex Ferrario, Jeremy Rutherford, and Donnie Fandango.
Blues opinion, talk, and speculation. It's what we do.
Watch or listen to the Last Minute Blues podcast on our YouTube channel or at 101ESPN.com. KXOS, WXOS, HD1 East St. Louis, 101 ESPN is driven by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. Two pros and one average show. You're listening to The Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling.
$5 your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Bradford Bruns pinch hitting today for Andrew Marsh, and he's got our latest Freedom Friday topic.
Gentlemen, we have a listener heading down to Indianapolis, actually. I'm not sure that it's for Pacers-Knicks game number 6, even though Chuck, earlier in the show, Charles Barkley, talked about it here on the Fast Lane. Instead, it appears to be for an Aussie rules football event, but the moral of the story here, the bottom line, is that he would like to know, do you have any recommendations for the city itself, under the radar activities, special type of cuisine? What
Indianapolis?
about it? Indianapolis.
Carey?
I haven't been to Indy in so long. I have no
I haven't
clue.
been there in ages, like 10
played
years.
there. Yeah. That was 20 years ago, sir.
Well, I mean,
doesn't feel like it.
There's got to be a place.
Any establishments at all, Carey, you can remember?
Okay, well, Bradford, you were just there on Tuesday.
2 days ago.
I'll tell you what. You have, it depends on exactly what you're targeting as far as what's available to you. There are, yes, the steakhouses galore. We know about that each and every year when the scouting combine rolls around. That's essentially where all the personnel types meet in the evenings, okay? You also have a lot of different fast food types of establishments there close to Lucas Oil, which is where this event is apparently being held. And, yeah, you just have a good balance there. I personally, back in the day, Carey, was the Colts Grill up and running? Do you know at that point?
I don't remember that one.
That was a nice spot.
I did. Their Biz Catalyst just said Broad Ripple is an area. I do remember that. I just sparked my pow. Just,
now he's
like
back,
that.
Jamie.
Nah, I had to see it.
Now all of a sudden it hadn't been 20 years.
I mean, once you hear certain things, it just brings it back. Pow.
It was a business trip for me,
There you go.
largely. It was business.
Of course, yes. Of course. Yes.
Been a while.
All right.
Since I was an Indy.
Bradford.
Speaking of the food and beverages from the 636, if you guys had just one meal and one drink for the rest of your life, what would it be?
So wait, one meal and the same drink every day for the rest of my life? Or one meal, one drink, and like it's the last meal I'm having?
Consistently. You
Every
just,
day.
yeah.
Oh,
man.
Just one? What could I eat every day? I mean, I could eat a cheeseburger. Certain type of.
Oh, yeah. I get sick of that, though.
I don't think so.
What do you think you'd get sick of the most? Because I know mine. It
would be pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to do pizza every single day. For the rest of my life.
Like, if I have pizza a couple of times a week, I'm good for a
I didn't
while.
even know the last time I had pizza.
I don't grow tired of tacos. Now, if it's the same taco every day,
You're
it's
not getting a
tough.
turkey. You're not getting a fish taco, steak taco.
But I still think I could probably do tacos or like a burrito or nachos. I mean, we're talking about every day.
Every day, it would have to be a burger for me. I think that I could figure that out. I don't think I get tired of eating like chicken every day or every other day. Like when I was
gonna say like pasta, but
it's the same. The same
and it
sauce.
would start to be heavy.
Right. You would be feeling.
Yeah.
What drink? Bourbon?
No, I wouldn't. If it's a drink, I think
it's gotta be water.
Yeah, it's water. That's all I do is drink water.
That's so boring.
It's terrible, but that's the only way you're going to be able to survive.
Right.
Otherwise, it'd be an old fashioned for me.
If I'm thinking from a survival standpoint, I'm thinking water, and I'm also going to get something that is like
somewhat
protein, carb, fat mix.
Yeah, it'd be like chicken Alfredo.
Right, because like pancakes, like dude, protein. You're done. So that's the way I'm thinking.
I guess a burger and water for me. Cheeseburger.
Oh, that sounds like prison.
Tacos and water. I mean,
one meal? That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do what a lot of people would do. Would be like pizza or steak.
No, I couldn't do that.
Steak either.
I don't hate the taco thing. I don't hate it.
But you can only get one version of the tacos.
Yeah, but you can have it without the tortilla, with the tortilla.
Yeah.
You can have different sauces on it, right? Like you can mix it all up.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
If that's allowed, then that's again. I'm all in.
You put like a chipotle.
Yeah.
Unlimited sauces.
Yeah, if it's unlimited sauces, man.
You just go steak and just put A1 on. I don't know.
I'm with you. I know.
Here.
CD, I play those same hits, man. It's all good. I play those same hits. Let's do it. All right. Let's do that hockey right here, right now. Guys, how much of a rivalry exists at this moment between the Blues and the Jets? We know about the chance. We know about the 7-game series. But when the puck drops for the 25-26 season, how intense is it going to be?
I don't think very intense at all. I mean, intense in the standpoint that they're in the Western Conference and a team you face a lot. But I think that when the rivalries are going, I think the Predators are a bigger rivalry than the Jets.
Here's what I'll say, though, is you're coming off a really heated 7-game series, and a lot of the roster will be the same. There's going to be carryover because there's going to be guys remembering other guys and what they did to them and, like, when they hit you late, hit you hard, or whatever it is. I think there'll be some carryover, but I don't think it's like past like one game. I don't know if the rivalry continues. Nashville's a really good rivalry. Nashville's probably the biggest rivalry right now that the Blues have. It's surpassed the Blackhawks just because the Blackhawks they haven't been very good.
Right.
And although the Predators had a bad year last year, there still were some heated games against them. So I would agree with that.
Right. Carey?
Yeah, sure.
You should have said Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
You don't care.
Atlanta Falcons.
You don't care.
Season tickets.
It's fine.
I don't know. Is it a rivalry? It's not a rivalry until both teams win, right? Until you win in the playoffs. Push past.
Yeah.
Like it's no, it's not. I don't think it's a rivalry. Okay. I don't know if that it carries over. If they play again next year and the Blues win, maybe to make it to the conference finals. Oh yeah, well, now you got a rivalry. But in the team, like both teams have to be. I don't want to say championship caliber. I don't want to get pushback sometimes when I speak like championships are all that matter. Like people just play for the hell of the game, for the love of the game. Nobody wants to win championships ever.
What?
Clearly. Is when I say championships matter.
What happened in the last...
I don't know. The last 45 seconds have gotten away from us.
No.
I don't even know who's sitting.
You got to win championships, man. You got to be playing for championships. It's the only reason I play the game. You play to win the game.
How did we get here,
Hello? It's the rivalry, man. That's what makes it rivalry.
All right.
Championships are on the line, and one team gets it, and one team doesn't.
Okay.
Like this is a rivalry now. The Oilers and the Panthers. It's becoming a rivalry. If the Panthers win, it's a rivalry. Championships are on the line. They're trying to stop you from being just immortalized in history. You get your damn name on that cup, man. Nobody can take that away from you.
No, sir.
And somebody is going to watch you celebrate. It's a rivalry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a rivalry because you made it to the next round. No damn rivalry. Good luck. How'd they do? Finished dead last? Yeah, had a great day.
Wow. I don't know what's going on over here. I'm listening, but I don't get it.
I don't.
It's my opinion.
What happened to you?
I don't know. I just lost
myself. Do you need more water?
Probably. I'm almost done with this one.
Yeah, like dehydration makes you do weird things.
Drifting off.
Okay. All right, Bradford.
Don't worry, I'm going to reel him back in with the football, okay? It's all good here.
We'll see.
This texter, unfortunately, must have missed my Mizzou scheduling update yesterday, but in all seriousness, guys, from the 314, haven't heard a lot of college football talk or prediction business heading into the following season. This is interesting, actually, because we did talk about it briefly before the start of the show in the office. Give us a bit of an under-the-radar national championship contender in 25. So not your powerhouse top 5 typical outfit. No Georgia, no Texas.
Yeah, you can't say Texas, Carey.
I'm not going to say Texas.
Or Ohio State.
He's not going to say SEC.
That's true, yeah.
Let's
good
just
point.
be real here. He's going to say Illinois. Watch this.
No,
he knows me.
ILL.
This man knows me.
Do it again.
I told you. I. Yeah. I told you. Hey, that was spicy. That was uncalled for. I didn't have to sound like that.
Well, because it's just ridiculous the way you
I
do
told
this.
you all. I was watching one of those programs a couple weeks ago. Heather Dinich, who covers college football, says she believes that the Illini could be this year's Indiana, what they were last year, make it to the college football. Now, Indiana got beat up on once they made it to the college football playoffs. I don't see that as that being the future for my Illini. So yeah, make a push there.
Carey, if you're going to bat for the Illini, I don't necessarily think I'm serious here. I'm not pulling a BK-esque maneuver here of holding a certain program on high, but why not MU being in the same ballpark? And I say that because, yes, you have a fundamental concern about exactly who is going to be the number one under center. But I'm looking at a defense here that very well could be a top 10 unit in the entire country. In Hardy, the running back, the transfer running back from ULM, you could have a top 5 back in the country too. And there is a lot of offensive line continuity when you take away an Armand Membu. I think, honestly, this team could make more waves in the SEC. I'm not saying it's going to be Georgia. I'm not saying it's going to be Bama necessarily or Texas. But in that next tier, it's definitely, to me, a squad that is worthy of CFP early consideration, because look at the schedule, too. You start the home schedule with 5-6 straight games, for crying out loud. You're not playing the heavyweights in the conference.
You got to play South Carolina in Game 4. I think that's going to be a tough game.
Okay.
I was looking at South Carolina.
At home.
At home. That's going to be a game.
So I was looking at South Carolina. You asked for like under the radar.
I
right?
like it. I like where you're going.
Now they did lose to Illinois in the Citrus Bowl last year.
They did.
But given
Sellers is a
he's
really
stud.
He's a really good quarterback.
So I like Lenore Sellers. The defense started to play a lot better toward the end of the season last year.
They lost some guys though. They lost.
Who hasn't?
They're okay. You're right. I'm sorry. Let me shut up and continue.
It's about winning championships. I think South Carolina could be an interesting, like, playoff team heading in. Probably not enough to win a championship, but I think South Carolina, just based on Sellers.
Yeah. And that's the biggest difference to me.
Yeah,
between, say, a South Carolina and a Tennessee, which is in the same ballpark, I think. However, what happened a couple of months ago, Tennessee lost its guy. And I'm not even going to say that Iamaleava was on the same level as what we saw in the second half of 2024 from Sellers.
Oh, no.
Not even close.
I don't think so.
Close.
Yeah, I think that he had a better first half than he did second half. Sellers took off.
Yeah, he got better as the year went on.
Yeah.
But South Carolina lost their 2 top tacklers. They both were drafted in the second round.
Running back.
We'll cross them off then.
So I don't know where they're going to be. I thought last year they had a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly believe, and I can say this, I'm not being a homer when I say this about Illinois. I think that this is going to be a really good season for them.
They're good.
And it's going to, they're returning, I think they're returning like 18 or 19 of their starters from last year's team. So for me, that's a team that won 10 games, returning a lot down. They're losing Pat Bryant, who was drafted in the 3rd round to the Broncos. He was their best receiver. But they are going to be a really good team and a tough team to deal with. They just my opinion.
All right.
Yeah.
There you have it. So basically, Mizzou and South Carolina, September 20th, will decide the under-the-radar situation for both teams.
And then you will have a CFP game first round in late December.
Oh.
In mid-Missouri.
You're calling it.
And you guys can call me from the road.
Okay. How about that?
Nice.
Now, Bradford, where did you attend college?
Well, I received credits from many institutions, Anthony.
Many
that sounded bad. That was as bad as the finger wag yesterday.
Carey has also been in many institutions.
Read many leather-bound books.
I said you did.
Where did you spend most of your collegiate days?
Honestly, tied for first. I'm serious.
Oh, my God, Bradford, just give us anything.
Yeah,
we got there. It's like Anthony with his vacation. Like, come on.
Took a while to get there, didn't it? And I don't know that we ever did, actually.
We never did. I don't even want to know. I don't even want you to go on vacation now. How about that?
Stick around.
Yeah, it's free and Friday. You guys can make any decision you want. Go ahead. Okay, I did. Disney World. Not good enough.
Bad decision. Your friends are supposed to help you not make bad decisions.
That's the point. That's our goal.
Yeah.
Well, where are they?
Oh, where are your friends?
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like
Carey.
I got a lot of support today.
Okay, we'll remember that.
Wow.
Didn't seem like I got a lot of support today from you guys.
We'll remember that.
And I shared my repo day stories with you.
Okay, you should go find Jeremy. He'll help you out.
Jeremy's, you know what? I was going to make a joke. I'm not even going to.
Jeremy took off.
Yeah. Jeremy spoken. All right. Our last Freedom Friday topic is coming at you next on 101 ESPN.
You can now watch 101 ESPN live on our Air Alliance Team Studio Cams. Catch every show live on our YouTube channel or at 101ESPN.com. 101 ESPN Studio Cams.
Presented by the Air Alliance Team Heating and Cooling. Getting the job done quickly, correctly, 100% of the time.
Jamie, I know that you don't know because I don't know. When's the best time to refi?
Oh, no chance.
That's why we got our guy Stewie right now. Stewie, I know you know the best time to refi and how to keep the rates low or at least understanding where the rates are going to be.
You know, we introduced a new product today. It's really good. If you're in a situation where your credit score is low and you just can't afford these interest rates that are out right now, we introduced for veterans and for people with low credit scores a 5-year ARM. That means it's fixed for 5 years, and then it turns into an adjustable. Now, why is this important? Well, for the next 5 years, you can keep a low enough payment, and when the rates go ahead and go down, they will eventually drop, you can refinance for free with the bagel loan. So this gives you an opportunity, an option to keep it affordable for yourself, whether you're buying a house or refinancing, even for taking cash out, until the time that things get a little more settled down. Inflation is dropping. We are headed towards that direction. So beware, but at least you got 5 years fixed that you don't have to worry about ever rising.
That's why we call Stewie right there, Anthony, because you and I, like you said, no chance of figuring that out. But we don't have to, because we've got Stewie, and we've got his personal cell phone number, and we're going to give it right now to the listeners. 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
Call him, text him Friday right now. Doesn't matter, Stewie. He's on his phone right now. He's ready to help you out. Give him a call anytime that you need some help. If you can't remember that number, Anthony,
you can always Google the bagel loan. Stewie, keep up the great work. Thank you.
Have a great weekend, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
101 ESPN has your shot to score a pair of passes to the 4th annual Bourbon and Brews Festival, hosted by the St. Louis Bourbon Society, next Saturday, June 7th in St. Charles. Taste the best with over 400 samples of bourbons, whiskey, cocktails, and beer, plus live music, food trucks, and more. Find more details and enter to win free passes for this year's Bourbon and Brews Festival right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app. Strap yourself in. You're in the fast lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN.
Indianapolis, Indiana. We got some big wigs from the big city in the building. Spike Lee is here.
Well, it's one and only Pat McAfee, the audio courtesy of Sports Illustrated Online. And there's a bit of a feud between Ben Stiller and Pat McAfee going on right now. And Bradford, I think this is part of the latest Freedom Friday topic.
Yeah, the 636 bringing this one up. Was on hand, obviously, able to see it kind of play out on Tuesday at Gainbridge. There was a huge contingent of Knicks celebrity fans, okay, there on site. You had Ben Stiller, you had the actor, of course, Timothée Chalamet, mega Knicks fan, apparently, even 50 Cent along with Spike Lee. And so in the middle of the action, during a timeout, I should say, in the fourth quarter, Pat McAfee was handed a mic and basically cut a WWE promo. So as far as the branding there, it was kind of on brand. But what's been entertaining about this is that Stiller and McAfee have had a back and forth, actually. I don't know how closely you've been paying attention, but basically Stiller said, come on out to Madison Square Garden. We're going to treat you East Coast style, whatever that means. So a lot of people interested in it. Yeah.
Nice.
I'll try to find that audio.
What's East Coast style? Jamie, play for the Islanders?
Yeah.
What's Croatian style?
Leave you
die on the ice
table.
and take it
Leave you cut wide open.
On the table.
Have a cigarette.
Figure it out. This guy is not going to make it. Nah.
Tell you what, though, this is the NBA, I'm sure, has loved this. Get more eyeballs to the set here, because
make it interesting.
Unless it's the oh, what the?
Unless it's the Who?
What? Great band.
The Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Who.
a band.
Okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah, no, Jamie took a slap shot at your NBA.
I didn't. I said makes it interesting.
Says this makes it interesting. This makes basketball interesting. Yeah.
The plot
He doesn't
actually
like athleticism. And guys being able to jump and shoot from long range, and it's not fun for him.
Yeah, why don't you hockey players jump more, Jamie?
Yeah, right.
It's pretty hard to do on the skates.
Nah, I see people do it all the time. Yeah. They're figure skaters, though.
Bradford, what is the
they're
Freedom Friday?
built a little different than we are.
Well, I was
Skates are different too.
I was just going to say, actually, the plot thickens because we found some audio courtesy of SNY. Ben Stiller is evidently a weekly guest during the basketball season. And listen for yourself. He came across as even a little more pretentious than yours truly.
I was not familiar with his game. I did know that Timothy, had been on his show. And I was like, oh, that's your boy. That's your guy. And then, so when that happened, I was a little bit like, whoa. That's okay. But then the WWE aspect of it, I get it. He's like, it's just not the way it happens in New York. You know what I mean? It's not what, if you go on the Jumbotron, like they're going to show him, if he comes to the Garden, he should come to the Garden. And, they'll put him up on the screen and they'll show him punting the ball and everybody will give him a nice cheer. It's also like a little bit of like, are we really doing the narrative of like Hicks versus Knicks? Like the big wigs from New York. It's just a little cartoonish.
Wow.
But then again, it goes with the WWE thing.
There you go.
What's even better, I hope, is that they're both in on it together.
That didn't sound like it.
No, but
he's taking a shot.
Yeah.
At the middle of the country.
Even though Ben Stiller's obviously he's a comedian, he's very funny. his father, who's now passed, was one of the funniest dudes I have seen in like sitcoms and movies and stuff like that. He played Ben Stiller's father in
Jerry. He was great.
Yeah, in what's the movie? Zoolander.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't he the father in Zoolander?
Yeah,
he's been in other things as well. His mother was there, too.
His agent.
Thank you, his agent.
Great documentary.
And he was in, like, Seinfeld, obviously, and all that. But Ben Stiller, even though he's a comedian, there's been stories of him kind of being a little prickly, maybe a little bit of a Diamondback.
Yep.
That sounded like a tinge of Diamondback to me.
Yeah. All's fair in love and war.
Sure. I think he's referring to the old Bronx cheer there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know who's really not?
You better get it back there.
Who's really not in on the joke, though? John Cougar Mellencamp, who was also there and yesterday apologized on behalf of the entire state of Indiana for Pat McAfee's conduct. I'm not even kidding. Really? Serious. He issued a statement.
John, relax. It's sports, man.
Serious.
Have a beer. Yeah. My goodness. Did they not get it? Like, Pat McAfee is a hype man for the WWE. Like, it's called entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's fun.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Yeah. That'll be all right.
Bradford?
I do have another one for you, Staltz. In fact, I don't know if there's a better way to close down the Freedom Friday-centric portion of the show than with this one. Your thoughts from the 636 on the entire continent of Africa and how it has affected the development of India.
Yeah. Here's the thing, guys. Sometimes we mess up,
We do.
Sometimes you hear random as your category and
you shut down.
Completely. You don't want to play the game.
Kind of like when you're
you
asked
don't
about
care what the
vacation.
answer is. No, I answer that one pretty honestly.
Yeah, you kind of shut down.
I shut down
afterwards.
I shut down afterwards. Yeah, I answered the question twice. You guys just didn't like the answer, and then I had to.
You didn't understand it. Even in the break, you told us.
You told us you didn't understand the question.
No, I didn't say
the
it in the
response.
break. I said you guys are a bunch of a-holes. That's what I said in the break.
Well, yeah, as well.
Yeah.
Among other things. It's okay.
Yeah, I called you guys a bunch of stuff.
It was rude, too.
And here's the thing. I meant every single thing that I called you guys. Every single one.
That's harsh.
Yeah, and I don't even care.
Yep.
It's okay.
Because you expect it.
I do.
I feel like, Jamie, if you were in my spot, you also would have called Carey and I a whole bunch of things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because that's what we do here. Because we love each other.
I may have called myself a few things, too, for not understanding the exercise.
I did that. Well, I did that after the whole India-Africa thing.
Yeah. You're fine.
It's okay.
It's a common mistake.
Definitely not.
Not common. Not very common.
I was trying to out there.
It's a little uncommon, but a mistake
I was
nonetheless.
trying to throw you a lifeline.
You know what? I don't deserve it. I deserve to drown
No.
in that.
You know what? Yeah, I'm with you.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. That's harsh.
I deserve to drown in the Gulf of Mexico, which, of course, is located right by California.
Right off the coast of India.
I'm kidding. All right, we've got Beat the Streak and Bet the Board. Maybe if there's time, we'll do another Freedom Friday topic. But Bet the Board, Beat the Streak, next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-500-5000.
Pacers. Pregame at 6:30. Tip-off at 7. Your home for the NBA is 101 ESPN. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
First pitch at Globe Life coming soon. Good afternoon. I'm Bradford Bruns. Your Sports Center update is powered by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Roughly 90 minutes from now, the Cardinals and Rangers square off in Texas. Ollie Marmol sends Matthew Liberatore up against Jack Leiter. Bruce Bochy's group has dropped 8 of its last 10 games. In a NBA 101 ESPN will carry Knicks Pacers Game 6 tomorrow night. Fastlane guest Charles Barkley anticipates one raucous atmosphere.
When you have a chance to close out at home and don't get it done, man, there is so much momentum going against you going into Game 7. So I can't wait for tomorrow because the environment last night was, well, every game's been crazy. But, man, this is Game 7 for the Pacers tomorrow.
The full interview with Charles Barkley available after the show only on 101ESPN.com. The Sports Center update was brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to hit?
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
All right, let's play Beat the Streak here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Bradford, what's our latest streaking?
We have some impressive, it's a very impressive figure actually from our listener today, Ben. So because Urias was able to record a hit in that series finale, Cardinals and Orioles, back on Wednesday, his number currently sits at a very impressive 7. And Carey, for that matter, you went back-to-back with Mason Wynn, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got Mason Wynn there as well. Anthony Jordan Walker was the selection for you there, so going for 2 in a row. And then Jamie, on back-to-back days, you had Jackson Holiday, who was successful, followed by Wilson Contreras. So we're trying to raise a lot of those numbers. Marshy did have Newt Bar, but that was just to get him back moving at the number 1.
Okay, so Ben, welcome back to the program. You're up first, my man.
All right, I'm sorry, Carey. I'm stealing Mason Wynn. He's a Texas guy back in Texas.
All right.
Damn it, Ben. All right. Oh, is it on me?
Yes.
That's where I was going. Give me Donnie. Brendan Donovan.
Baseball. I'll take Ivan Herrera. Jamie?
Let's go with... Did anybody take Donnie Baseball?
Yep.
Yes.
I just did.
Okay. Oh, screw you.
Thanks.
Ouch.
Let's go with... let's go Contreras.
Wilson Contreras. All right, and Bradford, who would you like to select for Andrew Marsh? Who doesn't feel like the show is... worth it enough to text in his pick?
In this spot, I don't have a lot of grand statistics to pass along to you, but I feel comfortable with what I have seen, what I witnessed in the Baltimore series. 3 for 9 in the last 2 games. Give me Nolan Arenado.
All right, there you have it. Ben, good luck to you. Hope you keep your streak going. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll talk to you on Monday.
Appreciate it. Same to you guys. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank
buddy.
you. From Beat the Streak to Bet the Board. Well, things got interesting last night because our guy, Jamie Rivers, hit his parlay. He hit his parlay last night. Jamie, go ahead and take a bow here. Nice job.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good. I had McDavid and Draisaitl for a power play point. They got that on Corey Perry's goal. And then I had Edmonton winning on the money line.
So that gave Jamie 3 points. He was up 1 on me.
Yep.
And he still has a selection tonight.
Yes.
Carey?
Yeah.
Did you hit yours last night?
No. Not even close.
I didn't either.
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah. All right. So we're in trouble. Carey and I are just kind of playing the game just because.
Having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie's basically already won
pretty
this
much
one.
over with.
But,
yeah,
it's
guys.
definitely over.
Yeah.
But, we're not going to concede.
This month.
We're not going to concede at all. You got to keep fighting. So we'll give it a go. But Jamie is probably going to whip us this month.
More than likely.
And he's just, he's the man.
It really is.
One of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, they never bob.
Yeah, never, Bob.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stay local. Cardinals on the money line, minus 130.
Okay.
It's on you.
Well, I need a 6-leg parlay. I am down by 4. I'm assuming Jamie's going to hit his tonight, and I want Jamie to hit his tonight because the Cardinals are part of my parlay, which is allowed because it's a parlay.
There you go.
Exactly. So, without further ado, here we go. The Mariners owe me one for their pathetic performance last night. I'm going to take the Mariners minus 146 tonight against the Twins. I will text the...
Yeah.
Yes. I'm also taking the Phillies versus the Brewers minus 116 in that one. I am taking our Detroit Tigers, Jamie, minus 115 against the Royals. I'm also taking the Cardinals, minus 124, 25, whatever it was, against the Rangers. I'm taking the under 8.5 in that same game. And I'm also taking the Rangers under 3.5 runs as they've struggled offensively. 6-leg parlay.
So that Phillies game is when?
Tonight.
It's 5:45, 5 minutes.
Why do I not see it?
All right. So, it's my turn.
I really don't see it.
I'm going to take the same Phillies money line as you, Anthony. The same
You're
Cardinals
sick.
money line as you, Anthony. I'm going to take Ohtani, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. Betts, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI.
Okay.
Goldschmidt, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. And then I'm taking the Dodgers-Yankees over. It's at 9.
Okay.
So that's 6. And I'm also going to take the Pacers, minus 3.5, and Landry Shamet to have over 2.5 points.
Okay.
2.5?
2.5.
Does he play at all?
Yeah.
He's a ringer.
Played 14 minutes. All I need to do is hit 1-3, which he does. And
He's
I'm
kind of
good.
been in the rotation the last couple of
Yes,
games.
man.
Okay. Bradford,
My cutoff is at
150, minus 150.
I thought so. Perfect. Okay. So yesterday, I was so bold as to actually go with Benedict Mathurin. Yes, Benedict Mathurin, the reserve sensation for the Pacers to score more than 7.5 points. He actually led the team in scoring, which tells you a lot as to how Indiana played last night. But I'm not going down that avenue again. I'd like to make it a little more interesting, but for the sake of time, I will say Tyrese Halliburton. As per the prediction, some of the sentiments that were expressed by our guest, Charles Barkley, earlier in the 3 o'clock hour. Guess what? 19.5 is the number. It is boom right there, hovering at minus 150, which means it is in play. He'll go for 20 plus. I will be safe and sound.
All right. There you have it.
There it is.
There's bet the board. So if Carey and I don't pull off, Carey or I don't pull off the miracle, Jamie will win month of May. In large part to a very successful and smart and strategic parlay.
Just being great overall.
Yeah.
Just played it well, did great.
Yep.
Really
You
sealed
guys
the deal.
overdoing it almost makes me feel worse. It really does, because it makes me wonder what kind of a bag of crap you truly think I am. Because when you're being like,
Nah, you played this perfectly.
No,
you used your...
I don't like what you're doing.
Used your parlay at the right time. It was well played,
Yep.
Jamie. It's just awesome, man. It's awesome.
Great job.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Great
it.
job. Yep.
You guys are great, too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. What we learned, 3 stars of the day, criticisms, compliments. That's all next.
The Spread Zone, where sports betting meets reckless optimism, questionable logic, and the occasional stroke of genius. With hosts Anthony Stalter, Tim McKernan, and Scott Rizzuto. Check out the latest from the Spread Zone at 101ESPN.com or the 101 mobile app. The Spread Zone is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more.
You got to check out Underdog Fantasy, especially during the baseball season. They've got great ways for you to win a bunch of money. Here's the thing. You can play for as little as $1 at Underdog Fantasy. Just choose which players will go higher or lower on their stats. That's it. So maybe you like tonight one of the selections that we threw out earlier today. Maybe a hit for Brendan Donovan or maybe a home run for Ivan Herrera. Once your entry feels good, if you get everything right, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Again, just for playing for only $1 at Underdog Fantasy. To download the app, though. You've got to download the app in order to play. You can play in our state here in Missouri, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about driving around and all that. Don't worry about it. Underdog Fantasy is available in Missouri. So download the Underdog app. Sign up with my promo code Anthony to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, that promo code is my first name, Anthony, at Underdog Fantasy. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is the Fast Lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's mobile app. All podcasts, of course, brought to you by Shave Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today.
You know, I learned that my coworker Anthony will put his life on the line to go pick up random cars in dangerous parts of Detroit. But he will force his lovely wife to go watch the damn Falcons with season tickets.
Unbelievable.
It's never going to stop.
No, it won't.
No.
That's torture.
No, essentially forced me, backed me into a corner. We don't like your. You know, the thing I learned today.
That's never good.
The thing I learned today, Bradford, is that you're the only one in this room with any sort of decency period to you, but perspective, honesty.
We already knew all this.
You know, Jamie and Carey. Especially Jamie, massive Diamondback, massive.
Especially Jamie.
There's a history here, if I may.
Thank you.
We do have the longest history. I mean, the two of us we've known each other for how long? Seriously, 3 days.
Bradford trained me for the Fast Lane producer spot.
There you go.
He trained you?
Yes.
Where's all your fancy words?
It's not about that.
He was unable to retain it, right, Bradford?
This isn't
craft.
This isn't face off where we swap brains. Okay.
Oh, you think you'd have grabbed just one of those words, though?
I'm gonna grab your neck.
Ooh. Thank you.
The trident.
All right. What I learned today is that
massive jerk.
What I learned today is that my guy, Anthony Stalter, he's in need of a vacation.
He is.
He really is. He's so in need of a vacation that he has no idea what we're talking about when we use the word vacation. He wanted to bring his kids with him. That's not a vacation. That's a family trip. But that's what you need a vacation, Anthony. You do.
You do, actually.
And not just for yourself. You should actually bring Kristen with you on said vacation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe visit one of those spots that you said so abruptly.
Bora Bora.
Hawaii. Bora Bora.
Yeah.
That's all, buddy. I want you to get on a vacation, to relax, and enjoy yourself. You deserve it.
Because we love you.
We love you.
Yeah.
We do.
We do. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Bradford.
I appreciate you both.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Anytime.
This may come across as perhaps as politically correct as my response regarding teammates earlier in the show, but I'm just going to say it. What I learned is that the second time around being involved, honestly, on a Freedom Friday, from the text line to the snake pit, you guys, it was even better the second time around. The sequel was better. We appreciate it all.
Bradford, well done today.
Yes, very well done.
I'm sure you won't give yourself a star because you've got high standards and morals, but you get a star from us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a backhanded compliment towards us, though.
He insulted himself at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When you insult yourself.
When you include yourself, you can say anything you want about the group.
All right.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, you're welcome, Anthony.
Bradford, well done the last 2 days, buddy.
Indeed.
Thank
nice
you, buddy.
job.
Appreciate
we
it, guys.
Yes.
appreciate you
Thank you
stepping
very
in.
much. Yep.
Show was smooth as always, and we love the lineup game additions.
Yeah,
that was pretty
You added some new sounds, including a cut from our guy Jamie Foxx, otherwise known as Steamin' Willie B.
Yes.
Really felt for Dennis Quaid in that documentary. Not really.
No, I didn't either.
He was a
Not at
bad
all.
guy.
Remember his wife
He wasn't a
slapped
good guy.
him?
Yeah, he wasn't a good guy.
He was a Diamondback.
Yeah.
Now, that was one eclectic cast. What a movie.
Really
what a
was.
speech.
Lawrence
One of the best
Taylor.
movie
Should have won
speeches ever.
awards.
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor.
Seriously.
What's that?
Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor.
Jim
Yep.
Brown.
How about Bill Bellamy? Remember Bill Bellamy?
Yep.
What position did he
MTV
play in that movie?
Wide receiver.
I think he was a wideout, yeah.
He was a wideout.
LL was the running back?
Yeah.
LL was a running back, yeah.
They got in a fight in real life. Him
They
and
didn't
Jamie
like
Foxx.
each other.
Like
at
on
all.
set. They got in a fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Who won?
I think LL knocked him out.
That was a pretty big deal.
He knocked him out.
I think Jamie held his own, didn't he?
No.
His own something.
I think he knocked him out.
Cameron Diaz, one of the original girl bosses, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then went on to make a few documentaries with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Real movies, not the kind that we got confused about earlier in the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm never confused about those.
Okay.
No.
Jamie's never confused. Said no one ever.
What's his face?
What are you coming at me for? The frig.
Two-Face. Two-Face was in
you're
that movie,
right.
too.
You're right.
Yeah. Blanking on Aaron Eckhart. Aaron Eckhart and Matthew Modine were on the training staff.
Yes. Doesn't make much sense there.
No,
but
not at all.
Anyways.
You know what makes some sense, though? Some nice kudos, shout-outs, compliments from the gang, text line, and Snake Pit as well. Gator saying, well done. Jamie, great job. And everybody else today had a good time from the 314. Liked the group dynamic, too. Still waiting to hear from Lisa. You've got a few minutes to go. And also...
nothing today from Lisa.
Not today.
She's
Maybe we can wedge an extra, Freedom Friday topic or two in there. But without any further ado, we have some stars to distribute as well.
All right.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
Lots of fantastic nominees today. For star number 3, though, we had to be vigilant, all of us here in the studio, but the object that got perhaps the greatest workout of all, our trusty dump button.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Had to activate that puppy not once but twice.
We appreciate that.
You missed the second one. You were in the Cone of Silence. Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
S-bomb got dropped twice today.
It sure did.
One by Charles Barkley, one by our Gauntlet contestants.
Almost twice by
Josh.
By Charles Barkley.
Chuck got himself. He said that's some bull. Yeah.
I'm just glad he did it after the dump button refreshed because there's a
don't give out
Yes.
We're going to get in trouble.
I never knew that.
Yeah, not you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of whom, somebody who he doesn't take a back seat to anybody. This was a very, very difficult decision. In the 2 spot, maybe we could even say tied for first. Our guest in the 3 o'clock hour,
Chuck.
the round mound of rebound, Charles Barkley. I want to remind everybody out there, not only can you hear him coming up on the instant replay show in a matter of minutes, we will have that interview online at 101ESPN.com very shortly. One of my favorite, what I've heard from this year, one of my favorite chats that I've listened to for sure.
He was awesome. He gave some good stuff on the NBA Eastern Conference, and then also just the NBA overall and what he would change. And I don't disagree with him.
No, I totally agree with him.
Don't want to spoil that. But a little hockey chatter as well. Jamie did not like his selection. And Charles was brilliant with his take on what Major League Baseball needs to change.
That was great.
Yeah, it was actually very brilliant.
It was great.
Oh, there is. Now he's doing the Anthony.
Nah, I loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great.
It's great.
You know, like champions, it's cool.
Oh, my gosh.
Substance galore. But because this is, after all, Freedom Friday, and you can choose your own way, the number 1 star on this glorious second-to-last day of May goes to whatever Anthony Stalter's ideal vacation destination may be. It's up to you, my man. It's your choice. It's your choice. It's your choice.
Absolutely. Thank you.
There are no moral victories.
I appreciate you. You know, you got 3 little ones. You try to think of them, and what it's just part of being a father.
It's a family trip.
Part of being a father. You see the way that they're trying to play with semantics right now?
Vacation is when you get to relax.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Me alone?
You and your
significant
you didn't allow
that either.
We tried to send you with your wife, Anthony.
Oh, it's with my wife? All right, we'll go to Hawaii. I wasn't good enough either. That's fine.
That was actually that's the right answer.
It's fine. You didn't like it then.
Miserable guy.
Didn't like it then.
See how much he needs a vacation?
Still didn't give out theirs because they're too afraid.
We did. We said Greece and Italy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Bradford, well done. Well done the last couple of days.
Always a pleasure, guys. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah. I was angry.
You were.
You still are.
Still are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I take that vacation next week.
Yeah, you should.
Maybe I do the old Jamie.
Load up the kids.
Not show up.
Load up the kids and take them on vacation, Anthony. There you go.
Okay.
Not show up?
Gave $10,000.
Really?
No, you're here. Always. In spirit.
Just end the damn show.
And otherwise.
In your heart.
And always in the heart. Yeah. Is that it?
Yep.
For Bradford Buns. For Carey Davis. For Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. See you.
We want to hear from you. Use the Scott Lee Mic Drop feature on the 101 mobile app. Give us your opinion on anything St. Louis sports with a mic drop.
Brought to you by the Scott Lee Heating Company.
This Friday, May 30th, it's the Frank Lita Honda St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway ticket pop-up. Don't miss your first chance to purchase tickets for this year's St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway in St. Louis. You could win a new Honda from Frank Lita Honda, or you might score the grand prize, a brand new Fisher home valued at $650,000. The St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway ticket pop-up is this Friday, May 30th.